Two teams from two cities with the same goal. Both looking to land and both looking to avoid that elusive knockout punch. A punch that will finally have to come tonight, if not early tomorrow morning. And only then will these two teams stop coming at each other as they have since Game 1.
And Janney, too, in front. Score! Neely from Rakita! And Janney, and the Bruins take the lead. Spooler. Front shot. Save. Score by Richer. Richer, in the first minute of sudden death overtime, gets his second goal of the night, and the Canadiens win 4-3. Off for Janney. Janney back for Bork. Tip, save. Score! Hodge! Ken Hodge, with 1:21 left, gives the Bruins a 3-2 lead from Janney and Bork. Drops it for Corson, who just came on. Back to Portnoy. For Schneider, he scores to make it 4-1. Matthew Schneider from Portnoy, and a 3-goal lead for Montreal. Bork cleared this. Roy forced to play it with Lazaro streaking in. Lazaro moves it to Janney. In front. Neely scores! Neely from Janney and Lazaro to make it 4-1.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Hat-trick for Neely.
3 for Cam Neely.
Richer broken out. Sprudlin gets it. Broken out. Corson gets it. Trying to cut in. Scores! And Montreal wins it. Shane Corson his second goal. He had tied it up, and he touches the corner to give Montreal a 3-2 win.
History shows the Montrealers have dominated, sometimes with the help of an extra ghost in the forum.
Too many men on the ice called against the Bruins. 17 minutes and 26 seconds into the third period.
That history cannot be rewritten, but the Bostonians are seeing what they can do to revive it.
Racing over the line. Shot. Scores! Cam Neely wraps it up with 5 seconds left. The Bruins win the Adams division.
But what does history mean to these guys right here and right now? Really, none of that matters tonight. All they know is that one team will continue their quest for the Stanley Cup, and the other team will go home. The Adams Division Finals, the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens once again coming at each other. Live from the Boston Garden, it's Game 7 of the Adams Division Finals. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Boston Bruins Playoff Hockey on TV 38. I'm Gene Levanchi. The Boston Bruins, the Montreal Canadiens, Game 7. That's really all that has to be said. Now, with Minnesota and Edmonton clinching their respective playoff series last night, all eyes of the hockey world are focused on the Boston Garden. As we mentioned, for what it is worth, history clearly favors the Montreal Canadiens, but the odds favor the Boston Bruins. In a moment, we'll send it upstairs and join Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson for their thoughts on tonight's game, plus the call of this evening's Game 7. Coming up, it is Game 7 of the Adams Division Final. The Boston Bruins hosting the Montreal Canadiens. TV 38 Sports presents Boston Bruins Hockey, brought to you in part by Baybank. Introducing the card with new Express Check. Now you can shop by check without writing a check. By the Harvard Community Health Plan, the plan for life. By New Michelob Dry, one taste and you'll drink it dry. By your local New England Volkswagen dealers, well, you'll find Farfignugan. It's what makes a car a Volkswagen. By Delta Airlines, we love to fly and it showed. And by New England Telephone, we're the one for you, New England. New England Telephone.
And welcome back to Boston Garden. Game number 7. You look to the leaders. And, of course, 2 outstanding goaltenders or leaders for their respective teams in this one.
No doubt about that. Andy Moog, Patrick Roy are the kingpins in this series. Andy Moog calm. He's cool, collected. He's playing focused. He's very confident, upbeat. Patrick Roy, on the other hand, a little shaky, not playing at the best of his abilities, but if he gets it together, he can stone you. I mean, Patrick Roy has tremendous ability, And the Bruins have got to get some shots on him.
And, of course, for defense and offense in front of them, you look to Bork, Neely, and Janney.
Ray Bork brings with him Neely and Janney, the three offensive power weapons of the Bruins. You got Bork with 2 goals and 5 assists. Janney, 6 assists. Neely, 6 goals. That's Boston's offense in a nutshell. Montreal can shut that down. They'll be in good shape.
And for the Montreal Canadiens, an outstanding 21-year-old defenseman in Schneider, Shane Corson, 3 winning goals overall. And Savard is kind of a question mark.
Well, you got Matthew Schneider is the class of the Montreal defense right now. Peter Svoboda being injured. The two of them are exceptionally good offensively. And you got, Corson is hot. He's got himself 5 goals, 4 assists. Dennis Savard, will the trade that they made for Chris Chelios bear out? The fruits of that are going to be one way or the other tonight. The decision will be made whether it's a good trade or not. A lot of pressure on Dennis Savard.
And, of course, you look to other players like Rajicka certainly is a factor.
Vladimir Rajicka has an awful lot of offense going for him. He's very smooth with the puck. If he gets skating, he gets used early. He's going to be dangerous. On the other hand, Brian Skrudland, a tough nut from Montreal, works hard. Got the points there. He's contributing offensively as well as with his toughness.
Well, the favorites would be the Boston Bruins. It's their home ice advantage. They had a better record than the Montreal Canadiens. But as you and I know, anything can happen in a 7th game.
I was talking to Serge Savard before the game, and I said to him, Serge, what do you think? And he said, 7th game, anything can happen. Montreal coming here, a bit of an underdog, but not that much of one. And really, the Bruins are not going to be taking them lightly. Both teams will be coming out hard, fierce, and extremely competitive. Both teams have a ton of talent. How does the puck going to bounce? Who's it going to go for? And it's just a matter of confidence. Who wants it and who's going to field it?
Well, that's right. The Bruins have to avoid playing tentative, while you have to figure the Canadiens would be a little looser being the underdog.
Yeah, they may be loose there, but the Bruins are at home. I think they feel pretty comfortable about the game 5 in here. They put on a tremendous effort, and the Montreal Canadiens never got on track. So I think that's what they're going to do tonight. They want to come out early. Montreal wants to sustain that first 10 minutes and prove themselves.
Well, we've had the announcement of the starting lineups, and right now we'll have the national anthem sung by René Rancourt.
To rise for the national anthems tonight to be sung by Mr. René Rancourt, accompanied by organist Ron Harry.
beautiful rendition of the national anthems by Rene Rancourt. The Boston Garden crowd is ready. What a game this is going to be. Our officials for tonight, Terry Gregson. Referee, Kevin Collins. Wayne Bonney, the linesman. Goaltenders, and Patrick Roy. 7-4, 3.13 goals against, 89.5% save ratio. In goal for the Boston Bruins, Andy Moe glimmering up, 7-5 with a 2.68. And the 90, almost 90.5% save ratio. Pat Burns behind the Montreal bench. I'm quite sure has his hockey club ready, as does Mike Milbury. Fred.
Okay, Randy Burridge is at center with Ron Hoover. It's off to Wesley, and Wesley snaps it in. And the surprise is Bob Sweeney, injured shoulder, is at right wing. Heavy hitting by Hoover over on the boards, and Cote just snaps it out. Ray Bourque on it quickly, moves it up to Burridge, and that's ruled an offside pass. Skrudland, a hard hit over on the boards. He picked on Burridge.
Whistle, Brian Skrudland ran Burridge. Knew it was a whistle, heard it. I don't think they really could get out of each other's way. Randy Burridge just catches sight of him at the last second.
So, heavy contact work right at the start, as you might expect in game number 7.
Here you're going to get to see this contact. Here's Skrudland. Whistle's gone now. Burridge just sees him, gets the elbow up. Here we are, a little extracurricular. Going to be a tough night, all night, everywhere. In this building, the bodies will be taken. Finish your checks. Absolutely no reason to worry about tomorrow. Tonight is the problem.
Burridge and Skrudland again. And the puck kept in by Odeline. Poked out to center ice, and with it, Morrison all alone is Richer, and Ray Bourque broke it up. It was a 2-on-1 that the Bruins coughed up there, and Bourque made a marvelous stop. Long shot by Hoover, a save. Schneider trying to clear it, stopped by Bob Sweeney. Bob Sweeney behind the net, and Skrudland takes down Burridge, is going out. Skrudland is out. And the hitting continues after the whistle. It is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
There's Glenn Wesley coming up. There's the trip, Richer. Now Wesley pokes it out. But what happens, the Bruins have taken off on offense. Right here, Corson has Richer on his left. Continue it along. You're going to see Bourque come over, make the defensive play to smother it. Richer alone in front of the net. Good play by Bourque. Officiating will not be, I don't believe, a factor in this game. The guys are going to work hard. There are going to be many infractions, I believe, right on the borderline. Be a difficult game to referee, but Brian Skrudland already has been in.
Skrudland is out for tripping. He took a full 40 seconds to go to the box. On his way, he belted Skriko with an elbow. Power play for Boston. Back for Bourque. For Wesley. Cleared it in. Around the boards. Bourque on it again. Trying to move it in. He's checked on the play, and it deflects into the stands.
Now what you have out there is a very dangerous penalty-killing tandem. You got the pure defense of Carbonell. There's Cam Neely. 6 goals. Wouldn't mind a couple of helpers tonight. But you got Carbonell really kind of backing up Russ Courtnall. Not as defensive as Carbonell. Courtnall has the speed. Certainly has 2 short-handed goals.
And the draw is back to Wesley. Wesley and Bourque, and up front, it is Neely who's been taking the faceoffs. Janney and Skriko. Skriko gains the line. Broken up by Carbonell. He's stopped by Bourque, but Bourque can't contain it. Knocked down the high clear-out bid by Carbonell. Bourque snaps it in deep. Going for it, Janney into the corner. Janney plays it back on the boards. Wesley, quick snap shot. Wide, off the boards. Skriko, Bourque fails to keep it in. Wesley starts the play with Skriko. Breakup. Carbonneau breaking alone. Skriko trying to get back. Just got back in time. And the Bruins seem a little nervous. They've made some errors. And that was a breakout by Carbonneau. Here's Courtnall, a sweep check, breaking up Janney. Now it's Keneally. Over the line, the shot. Marvelous save. Fort, the follow-up. Shot blocked. Fort trying to keep it in at the line. Clear it away. A flip now to Janney. Janney with Neely. Over the line they go. The back off Janney. Janney gives it for Galley. Galley is broken up by Corson. And Corson over the Boston line, shorthanded, rolls it in. Keane in, taken down by Galley. And back for it, Weimer. 24 seconds left on the Boston power play. No score. And the best chance, Cam Neely, blistered one. Right leg save. Hodge able to keep it in for Christian. Penalty almost up. Christian around the boards for Ruzicka. They trade passes. Ruzicka back. Galley shot. Blocked wide. Hodge puts it in front. And it goes to a Canadian, and out comes Skrudland. He's out of the penalty box. Skrudland fires it in wide of Mold. Going for it, Corson. Weimer. Galley on the board. Skrudland has it. Intercepted. Hodge. Christian. Ruzicka. Ruzicka gives it to Christian. Christian is over the line. Slides through. Shot. Save by Roy as Christian walked in through the defenseman. And the whistle here. It is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
You see Ruzicka through center ice on a great play.
Think no one's buying? Think again. 6 of 10 New Englanders will buy something by phone this year. Want some of those calls? Get our 800 ValueFlex service, the 800 number that works anywhere in Eastern Mass. On the phone lines you have now. Nobody's in step with your business needs like we are. We're the one for you, New England. New England Telephone, part of the 9X family.
Here's Vladimir Ruzicka coming up through center ice. This is a European play. Lay it back, 1-on-4, nobody coming. Now the Montreal Canadiens standing still. Christian gets a read. Now very difficult for Matthew Snyder to pick up a player with the speed of a Christian. When you're moving like that, the play by Ruzicka froze everybody on the Canadiens. Patrick Roy makes a nice save.
And a ball start by Lazaro. He's at left wing, Poulin at center, and Nyland at right wing.
Like everybody's first couple of shifts, you get tight, you get so pumped for the game. You tend to want to win it in the first time you touch the puck. It didn't work. The game still played the same way. Take your time.
Back to Hammond. Hammond a snapshot wide. A long rebound. Gilchrist battling for it. Nyland. Fort able to keep it in. But Poulin can't center it. Knocks to the corner. Nyland with it. Nyland loses to Carbonneau. Takes down Carbonneau and is going out. Power play for Montreal. Desjardins drives it in the zone. And now the call. And it will be Montreal with the man advantage as we look at Carbonneau, who was taken down.
Guy Carbonneau, what happened after when he hit him, Fred? He got the penalty for hitting Carbonneau. But when Nyland, they're untangling from each other. Nyland's skate, the toe of it kind of raked across his ear and his face. He's all right, doesn't seem to be bleeding.
So the first power play of the game for Montreal. It is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment. Nyland out for a board check. 16:15 left in the first period.
Guy Carbonneau fine, didn't get cut. Accidental the skate. Kind of rattled him a little bit for a second.
Bruins had a fair power play. The best shot by Cam Neely. One of those stinging shots from the right wing side.
Right, here's the hit. There's the kind of the elbow by Nyland. Now he's kind of fallen on him. The skate still hasn't hit. There's Carbonneau on Bork.
And LeBeau is out on the power play as we look at Pat Burns, the coach. and one of the fine coaches in the National Hockey League. He certainly has done an outstanding job this year.
Excellent. But as a penalty killer, when I played this is really a big penalty kill for you. When you're out there, and especially a guy like Poulin knows the game, knows what to do. When Lazaro, get your confidence. You kill one, you feel like you can kill them all.
And the draw into center ice. LeBeau with it. LeBeau over the line. Fort trying to get it. Portnoy gets it. Loses to Poulin. Checking. Poulin hit by LeBeau. Corson keeps it in. It's all on the boards. Coming out of it, it is Lazaro getting it. As LeBeau lost it, and Lazaro clears.
Good pressure by Poulin. Good read. Stay out of that. Stay away from it and steal that puck by Lazaro.
In the center ice, Schneider gives it for Portnoy. His shot blocked wide. Fort moves it up the boards. Lazaro able to backhand it out. The shots right now are 3 Boston, 1 for Montreal. The Bruins have had a power play. Schneider slowed down by Lazaro, who did not go for his fake. Now the Canadiens move it up. Over the line comes Corson. Check. Puts it in front, but on the stick of Bork, and he clears it. Wesley very tight on Corson all the way, forcing the pass. Under a minute left on the power play, and the exciting Portnoy starts it out. Now to Desjardins, the 21-year-old defenseman, looking for Savard. Back for it is Burridge, and he hammers it out. Mike Milbury making some changes, and Bob Sweeney taking a regular shift and doing his penalty killing too. That from the shoulder injury, and it appears to be padded. Here comes Savard. He breaks over the line. He drops it for Richer. Richer for Daigneault. The shot is blocked in front, never reached the net. Kept in for Schneider. In now for Savard, for Richer, broken up and cleared away by Galley. So the shot did not go on. They had a drive, but it was blocked in front by Daigneault. Never reached the net. 7 seconds left on the power play. Canadiens, Cote broken up. Bruins trying to clear it. They get the man back, trying to get him in front. In the center ice, Nyland tried to hang on to the pass as he came out of the penalty box, knocked away. Canadiens clear it up, and the Bruins did not allow a shot on net during the Canadian power play. Don Sweeney breaks over the line, drops it for Janney. Janney trying to put it in front. It goes to the board. A heavy hit by Nyland, crashing into the corner. Carbonneau trying to get it free. Stopped by Bork. Goes in deep for Nyland. Janney looking for Neely in front. Cote hit by Neely, who goes behind the net. Neely trying to make the play in the corner. Rolls it back in deep. Some crashing work by Nyland in the corner. And the Bruins battle to keep it in. Canadiens knock it out. Bork with it. Off now for Weimer. Weimer the clear in. Schneider winding up is hit. Shot wide by Janney. A big hit by Nyland on Schneider. Set up a chance for Janney. A lead for Neely is missed. Roy forced to play it. The Bruins press in. The Canadiens clear it right out. Poulin just on the ice. Drives it back in. Moving in is Squeako. Poulin. Walter gets it though. Clears it out. At center ice, Wesley slams into Carbonneau.
Nails Carbonneau.
No score. First period. Squeako over the line. Check. The Canadiens fire it out. And broken up at the line, Wesley. Right back comes Hammond. A lead for Squeako. Squeako, a screen shot. And it's deflected wide. Tremendous pace. No score. Strudlin back. Gets it to Richer. Shot is blocked and cleared by Poulin. Desjardins gets it up for Corson. Corson for Richer. Shot and a save with a 50-footer by Richer. The cheer for Moe. Around the boards it goes out. Strudlin going for it. Burridge. Now Cote able to pick it up. 11:55 left first period. No score. The shots of 3 Boston, 2 Montreal. In the center ice comes Richer. Gives it to Corson. The shot picked off by Moe. And he gets the whistle. Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Right here, Glenn Wesley. It's going to be a dump in. Carbonneau sees it. Wesley follows up. It's called finishing the check. Guy Carbonneau a little upset about it. Not too happy with that. Right here's Corson with the puck. Punch back. Here's watch this shot here by Stefan Richer. He can shoot it. Andy Moog snakes out the right leg. And Neely got a little cut over the eye. There's a dangerous little segment of the eye on the eyelash in the corner, and in the eye lid in the corner of the socket. Here's the stick. Now there's the stick by Cote. Now when Neely went down, he held on to the puck at that point, but he kept playing through it. If he had fallen straight to the ice like everybody else acts like they were shot by a gun, he would have had a 5-minute major. Cam played through it, toughed it out, no call.
Savard on the faceoff against Todd to the right of Andy Moog. 11:44 left here in period number 1. The shots are now even at 3 apiece. Each team has had a power play. Savard gets it to Gilchrist. He is pinned, but Keane comes off with a shot block. Rebound just knocked away from Savard, who was looking right at the crease. Don Sweeney out for Bob Sweeney. Doesn't work at center ice. Don Sweeney covered. Is broken up by Gilchrist, though. Gilchrist over the line. The shot blocked by Galley goes behind the net. Don Sweeney up to Bob Sweeney. Forced to just clear it out. Pressure by the Canadiens. Gilchrist wheels it back in. All the way to Moog. Moog to Galley. Galley to Burridge. To Hoover. Too far ahead of Bob Sweeney. And it is cleared out. Shot back in by Don Sweeney. Gilchrist with it. Pass up blocked by Hoover. Defensive play in the neutral zone by both clubs. Now it floats into Galley. Galley can't set up Bob Sweeney. Burridge moving for it. Loose puck. Hoover gets it for Burridge over the line. Burridge shot blocked. The teams are firing from 30 and 40 feet, getting it near the net if they hope. Here's Walter over the line for LeBeau. LeBeau gives it to Daniel. Daniel right in, and a marvelous save by Andy Moog as he upended the player moving right for him, Roberge. Bruins come back in deep. Rajicka for Hoover. Can't get a handle to it. He was checked tightly by the Montreal defense. Big stop there by Andy Moog on Roberge. Desjardins able to drop it in. The Canadiens now 5 shots. The Bruins 3, and we're halfway through the first period. Rajicka, a flip for Neely. Neely fakes by Schneider, is in, and the shot deflected wide. He had to go a little wide to get by Schneider. Back comes Courtnall. Courtnall over the line. Puts it behind the net. Moog wheels it around. McPhee and Neely collide. Janney pokes it up. And the fans right on edge. A marvelous tempo to the game, as you can feel. Bourque back to get it. Blocked by McPhee. McPhee rolls it behind the net. The line is Janney, Rajicka, and Neely. Cote keeps it in. That wrist shot in on Moog. And McPhee belts Wesley. Everything breaks out. Neely ready to go with Carbonneau. And Carbonneau, let's see what they will call here. Gregson, 9:22 left in the first period. 6 shots Montreal, 3 for Boston. Neely is going, and Carbonneau for sure. And this is anybody's hockey game.
It gets a little cheap after the whistle, but this is just tension. Everybody's playing it hard. Everybody playing it physical. People are getting run out there from 20, 30 feet. Could call the odd charging penalty on both sides of the street. They are physical.
There will be no power plays out of this. Matching penalties. Each team has had a power play.
Well, everybody's going to earn their pay tonight. There's no doubt about that. There's going to be no cruising out there. No taking the night off and getting away with it.
It is keep your head up hockey.
I'll say.
The Bruins need to get back to jumping on that young defense if they can do it and sustain some action.
Exactly. That's what they did. They kind of just fell off it a little bit. There's some pushing and shoving. Mike McPhee didn't do anything really. It was Portnoy came in with a little chop on Janney. That gets everything started.
And
Right
Hodge
here.
on the faceoff.
What a move by Neely. He waits, elects to take the high shot for the corner. Just gets it deflected away.
Skrudlin and Hodge. The draw to the left of Andy Moog. Back to the point. Desjardins able to keep it in. Broken up. Hodge gets it out. Hodge on for the faceoff. Now Burridge, Hoover, and Bob Sweeney, the Boston line. Burridge steals, gets it to Bob Sweeney. He fires in deep. Hoover going for it. Tough angle shot deflected into the stands by Desjardins. And the faceoff will be in the Canadian zone with 9:03 left. The faceoff to the right of Patrick Roy.
Exactly what you want to do. Ron Hoover unloads one from a very bad angle. Bob Sweeney had dumped it into the corner.
Playing with the injured shoulder. And he was upended by Cote. And really not expected back, but game number 7.
Well, seventh game mentality. Ryan Walter wasn't expected back either.
Ryan Walter, a veteran player, started with Washington. Long time Canadian player, and of course a good defensive specialist. And Pat Burns likes to have him out there. On the faceoff, Richer breaks it away. Richer is over the line. The shot is a save by Andy Moog, and it came after the whistle. The play outside.
And all defensive, Richer, I don't think he heard the whistle. Whistle wasn't loud enough. Fans are picking up on every offensive thrust by both teams, really.
That was a face-off won by Burridge, who's done a spectacular job on it, but the Bruins were tentative and didn't move on it quickly enough, and that allowed Richer.
There's Richer giving the gesture. There's his arms up, going, uh-oh, I didn't know. All right, all right. But you don't want to unload one on a goalkeeper.
Skrudlin, Richer, and Corson. And against Burridge, Hoover, and Bob Sweeney. Dave Orr trying to clear it, can't. It bounces for Wesley. He has a breakout. Up for Hoover. Hoover over the line. Fires again. Desjardins deflecting it into the stands. And that 21-year-old defenseman gets right on top of the puck as Hoover has tried a couple of shots from that spot now.
Good shot by Hoover. What he did is he took a little bit too much time trying to get too much on it.
1991 Bruins playoff T-shirts and sweatshirts in Neely, Bourque, Moog, or Janney designs are exclusively available by calling 1-800-5-BRUINS. Order your 100% cotton T-shirt for $14.95, a sweatshirt for just $24.95. Sizes medium, large, extra large. Orders shipped within 5 business days.
It's Ron Hoover down the left side. He looks no play. Going to try the shot. Just see that little takeaway there is what cost him. He got a nice little wrist shot. He had to snap it off to try to catch a goalkeeper moving. Patrick Roy's not playing his top of his game.
Again, the Bruins win the draw, but can't capitalize because it goes between Galley and Don Sweeney. Poulin won that faceoff. Galley trying to come out. He is checked by Skrudlin. Galley tries again. Hits Squeako. Squeako the wrist shot. The rebound in front, but it's skated off by Schneider. They clear it out now for Richer. Richer, shot deflected wide off Don Sweeney. Corson keeps it in. It bounces to Schneider. Bounce wide across. And a penalty coming up. Down goes Richer. Looks like a Boston penalty coming up.
And this one Gregson saw. If he's bleeding, Boston's in trouble.
It is. Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Here's Don Sweeney behind the net with Richer. Right here. Bath. That's where he cuts him. Accidental. Still, the accidental on Neely as well by Cote. No call. Right here. Now, he's very fortunate not to get that. He drew blood. Didn't get the 5. Just the 2. Terry Gregson sees it as a minor. It's okay.
Second power play for Montreal. They did not get a shot on the first power play. At the right point, Desjardins deflects one over the net. Poulin able to clear it out. Lazaro racing for it. It rolls to Roy. Into the stands, a clear penalty. Delay of game. And that, of course, is automatic. All created with Lazaro hustling down near him.
What he did is he wanted to make sure he got some good wood on it. He didn't want to fluff the shot. He's going to say it's kind of a dog call. You know, I didn't mean it, but Patrick, it's a mandatory call. Right here, he risks it up over the glass. He's trying to bring it back down. Come on, come on, come on down. Don't go over.
The puck was on edge, which, of course...
Too much wrist. There you go. Everybody knows it, too, and immediately everyone looks to the referee.
What a marvelous, knowledgeable crowd you have here.
Yes.
They knew that.
The second, they were not
instant.
If you had a rookie referee, they would have been able to tell him, you'd better call this. Good check, Matthew Snyder, right there. Poulin punches it by him. Any young defenseman playing this game, somebody punches it by you, that's all well and good. Just make sure you're not falling down looking for the puck. Knock Poulin down. Knock down that forward that pokes it by you. Exactly what Snyder did.
7:46 left in the first period. The shots are 6 Montreal, 4 Boston. No score in the game, and each team short a man. The draw is back for Bourque. Lets it go! Hits the post to the left of Roy. Hard low drive. Desjardins drills it out. Courtnall can't handle it. Wesley and Bourque, the Boston defense. Here comes Lazaro. Clearing in. Everybody back for Montreal. Hustling in as Poulin overskates it. Daigneault gets it. Now for Desjardins. In on him is Poulin. On the other side, Lazaro keeps it in. His pass blocked, though. And out comes Desjardins. Desjardins for Courtnall. Gets it back for Skrudland. Away for Desjardins. Shot deflected wide. Poulin with it. The clear out, intercepted. Desjardins comes right back. Check. Poulin breaks it out. A lead for Skriko. Skriko on Schneider. A shot. Save! Roy! He tried that 5-hole with a quick shot coming in on the right wing side. Courtnall with it. Over to Skrudland. Dropped in the Boston zone. Each team short a man.
The Bruins have passed up 4 or 5 pretty good opportunities, being a little tentative on certain offensive situations.
Savard breaks up Galley. Keane keeps it in. Now can't do it. Now he wraps it over the Boston line. Ken Hammond with it. Starting out in the center ice. Pico and Bob Sweeney are on. Fires. Looks for the rebound. Can't get it. Hammond going deep. Galley now checking it at the line. Bruins able to keep it in. Blocked. And the Canadian Cote strikes it back. Bruins on a brief power play. Cote backhanded it into the stands on a face-off call. 10 seconds left on the Bruins' advantage. 5:55 left in the first period and no score.
Nice rush here by Ken Hammond. I think he comes through. He looks around. That's not going to split the defense. Really try to knock this off the backboards. Intentionally kind of snaps it in. And it almost gets back to it. Patrick Roy also reads it, but Hammond knew what he was doing. Nice play by Kenny. Doesn't work very often. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen it work. Good try.
His record with the Maine Mariners, 10 goals, 41 assists. Hodge is out there with Janney and Neely. Weimer and Bourque. Arbino on the draw with Hodge. For Neely, for Janney. Janney for Hodge. Just broken up. And back is Bourque. Checked by Carbonneau. And it forced the offside as they were tied up. It is no score. First period. Back in a moment.
Pat Byrne has done a marvelous job with the Canadiens. Got history on his side, but all the Bruins that are on this ice surface tonight have not been involved in any of those 7 games in history. So tonight's going to set its own tone. There's no bearing in the past on tonight.
Dufresne, a long shot on Andy Moog. Ray Bourque takes over. He's on defense now with Don Sweeney. Hodge, Janney, Neely. In the center ice, Janney onside, flips it in deep. Too far for Hodge. Hodge gets it to Janney. Janney near the net. Leaves it for Neely. Back left point, Don Sweeney. The shot wide as down goes Hodge. He is hurt in the corner. Janney was knocked down in front. Hodge. Could be an arm.
That looks like a broken arm. Maybe a shoulder.
Ken Hodge immediately to the dressing room.
Yeah, I know what it's like when you get hit like that. He's really reaching here. Takes the check. Then there's that charge, that cross-check charge. That's a mandatory call, miss. Not supposed to let that go. They've been letting a lot go on both teams. This is just facing the boards. Cross-check from behind. Could be a separated shoulder.
5:19 left. No call as Hodge is racked up on the boards by Desjardins. In the center ice, Carbonneau flipping it in wide of Andy Moog, and McPhee is right in on it. Behind the net, the pass. Nyland back, trying to get it. Courtnall pass blocked. Nyland trying to move it out. He's checked by Courtnall. Puck goes to Carbonneau. Bruins hemmed in. Courtnall a shot blocked in front. Bruins hemmed in. Great save there. A couple by Andy Moog saved the day as McPhee and Carbonneau were all over the Bruins at the crease.
Chris Nyland loved to get in this, but he got to stay out of it. A little bit of a kind of in the corner. The Bruins give it away a couple of times, and here's the Courtnall gets it. Good recovery by Bork, but a bouncing puck. Batted by Sweeney, hits McPhee. Nobody gets a handle to it right here. Moog goes through all those skates and feet. It's a hand on it. Nyland, a little cuff there on Courtnall.
A couple of more shots added to the Canadiens' total. They have 9 shots. Boston has 5. 4:49 left in the first period. And the face-off to the left of Andy Moog. And that might have been the most dangerous time for Boston. Moog very alert in a scramble.
There's Sweeney sitting on Carbonneau. Nyland takes a little extra poke at Guy Carbonneau. Goes, oh, what, me? I didn't do anything. Nice try, enjoying himself, Chris Nyland.
And now Burridge on the draw with Skrudland. No score in the game. For the Canadiens, Schneider looking for the draw. Moving over to the right point position. Switching with Cote.
7th game, everything looms big, every face-off.
Bork had it on the draw, and Burridge, who won the draw, trying to work it out. Goes down. Back for it is Bob Sweeney to cover. Around the boards looking for Hoover. Hoover intercepted by Richer. The Canadiens are beating the Bruins to the puck in the Bruins zone. Hoover now chops it out to relieve the pressure. Schneider fires it back. Knocked away by Raymond Bork. Bork belted by Corson. Digs it free. Intercepted by Richer. Broken up by Wesley. It's cleared up now for Hoover. Hoover able to clear it in. All the way to Roy. A shot on. Hoover battling in deep. Canadiens trying to clear Galley. Able to keep it in. Pass up blocked by Skrudland. Off for Cote. Long shot on Andy Moog. Now it's back out for Bob Sweeney. Wants a line change, so he drops it in. Janney out there with Rajicka now. Neely.
Here's where the Bruins are best, when they're in there forcing. Here's Janney to force.
And away comes Daigneault, center ice. This could be icing, but streaking in is Savard. Checked by Moog. Behind the net, fought for. Batted around. Near the net. Bruins control it. Rajicka starts it off. Janney rather up the middle. Janney. A pass up, blocked. Rajicka, Neely trying to keep it in. Shot! Save! Roy! He had the glove up at the right spot as the Bruins put the heat on at the Montreal end. No score. Boston and Montreal.
This is Gene Levanti in our Boston Garden studio. Coming up between the first and second periods tonight, we'll be talking live with the Montreal Canadiens left winger Mike McPhee, who's had himself a pretty good opening stanza so far. John Pearson will join us with his analysis and breakdown of the first period. And also, we're working on getting the information for you on Ken Hodges' injury. We'll pass that along for you as soon as we can find out. Right now, though, let's go back upstairs to Fred and Derek.
They pull it on the draw, and the Bruins get it, but it's batted away from Christian by McPhee all the way down to Andy Moog. Moog knocked it up, and Galley got it out. Bruins a little mixed up there. Loose puck again. Galley just knocking it away from Skrudland.
And then he holds Skrudland's stick that saved Dave Christian.
There's Don Sweeney over the line. In front. Poulin can't get the quick pass on his forehand. Christian trying to keep it in. Christian does. Pass hit the glass, bounced for the Canadiens, cleared out by Corson. Rico trying to make a play on the board, gets it free, works it up over the line. Great work. His pass is blocked though, and Desjardins knocked it away. Up for Corson. Corson rides it in. Backward is Wesley. Looking for Christian, he can't get it. Cote starts it now. Looking for Kortman, it is broken up. 2:12 left, first period, no score. Schneider is shot. It hit Wesley and bounced to Ken Hammond. Shot for 10-7 Montreal. Hammond for Poulin. Off his skate to the Canadian end and back for Cote, and Mike Milbury makes the change. Yanni is on. Neely can't contain it. Hammond breaks it up, and Cote covers it at center ice and clears it in. Hammond with Courtnall in front.
Wait for Janney to curl and give it back.
Off now for Wesley. Wesley to Neely. Neely shot. Lazaro holds. Cuts behind the net. Still holds. Trying to hit Janney with a pass. It's broken up by Courtnall. He can't clear it. Hammond keeps it in. Broken up by Lazaro. Janney, they can't combine. Bruins battle to keep it in. It's knocked away by the Canadiens. Lazaro had a chance. He elected to turn the net and really couldn't get a shot on. Tried to pass to Janney, and it hit his skate and went wide. Hodge has an injured shoulder. We haven't any word on the extent.
That looks to be the separated variety. Who's going to miss Kenny Hodge? He's got some offense. 2 goals against, got 1 big game winner against the Canadiens. Up in Montreal with a minute and a bit left.
1:05 left in the first period, and the face-off now to the left of Patrick Roy. Neely takes the draw. Nyland is out in place of Lazaro. Nyland has been very physical in this first period. Carbonneau and Neely. Nyland, Neely, Janney. Janney has it in front. It is cleared away as Carbonneau slashes Neely here. Let's see what's going to happen again.
Nothing. Gregson's going to let this go. Officials do not want to be the reason this game is decided one way or the other. The players will get away with an awful lot of infractions that normally they would be called. Gregson going to have to kind of decide whether he wants to crack down, tighten this game up, or let them play hockey. Let them be the masters of their own destiny until somebody is stupid enough to be blatant and gone.
Ray Bourque, the lone point man. Carbonneau gets the draw to Daniel. Daniel clears it out.
If I were Mike Milbury, I'd have the Bruins work on J.J. Daniel as often as possible. Matthew Schneider worked the 2 of them real hard.
Gilchrist breaks up Neely, who didn't have full control. 34 seconds left in the period. Don Sweeney back. His pass is blocked. Daniel plays it. Desjardins plays it to Daniel. Canadiens work it out. Janney breaks it up at the Boston line. Clears it away. And Desjardins clears it in. 12 seconds left. Ray Bourque intercepted. Gilchrist, a shot. Caught by Moog. Makes the clear up the boards to Neely. Neely can't get the shot away as time runs out. And 10 shots, Montreal, 7 for Boston in the first period. As the players are separated, Nyland and Neely and Walter, it's been one of those feisty first periods. Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Intermission highlights in a moment.
All right, coming up in just a moment, we will be speaking live with the Montreal Canadiens' Mike McPhee. John Pearson joins us with his analysis and breakdown of the first period. And also, Dana Hersey joins us with a movie lot preview. It's all ahead when Bruins Hockey on TV 38 continues after these messages. We're through one period of Game 7 of the Adams Division Final. Boston Bruins and Montreal Canadiens are scoreless. We're pleased now to be joined by the Canadiens' Mike McPhee. And first of all, Mike, that first period pretty much is advertised, a tight checking contest out there, and everybody playing it pretty close to the vest.
Yeah, we expected a close game tonight and a close checking game, and I think both teams played a little bit cautious in the first period. Nobody wants to make too many mistakes, and a mistake that's going to cause a goal, and I think it's going to be like that for the rest of the night. It's going to be a very close game. What do you think? Is it going to take a weird bounce of a puck, a lucky break for somebody to kind of break this thing, and when they get that one goal lead, just kind of sit on it and hope that'll hold up? You never know, but I don't think it's going to be a pretty goal. I think it's going to be a rebound shot or a mucking in front of the net, maybe a shot off the leg. But I don't think there are going to be too many nice goals out there from nice passing plays on 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s. It's going to be something that's from hard work. You mentioned the hard work and mucking in front. We're going to take a look now. You and Cam Neely, you guys got to know each other pretty well again in this series, and we're taking a look at some of that right now. How difficult has it been for you? Obviously, you've done a pretty good job on him, with the exception of maybe in Game 1 and Game 5 when he had the hat trick. But you ever get sick of seeing him? And obviously, that's your job, and you know what you got to do, and you're doing it well. Well, obviously, he's definitely one of the toughest guys to check in the league. He's big and strong. He can score goals. He can do a lot of things very well. And he's one of the superstars on the team, along with Raymond Bourque. And obviously, I'd rather be checking somebody else, but that's my job for tonight, and I accept that as a big challenge. What does the effect of Andy Moog have on the team? Do the guys get together and say, look, he's been playing so hot, we've got to do something different, we got to try to beat him upstairs or maybe stay down low, or do you just keep playing the way you have been and hope that at some point he'll snap? Well, if you look at the goals we scored so far in the series, there haven't been too many goals on long shots unless it's been a screen. Most of the goals have been on rebounds and right from in front in the crease, and that's the type of goal you're going to score on him because he's such a good goalie. He's going to make the first stop. You care to make some kind of prediction as what type of goal? You said it's going to be something pretty ugly out there. It's going to remain tight checking the rest of the way, and obviously you want to keep the officials out of it, which I think has already been established in the first period. But any gut feeling as when it might happen or anything along those lines? It's going to go. I think it's going to go right down the wire, and I think we're going to have to play a full 60 minutes in order to get the win tonight. And like I said, it's not going to be probably won't be a pretty goal. And maybe an extra 20 or maybe even more than that. Well, whatever it takes, we're there. We have nowhere else to go. All right, Mike McPhee, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back with more as TV 38's coverage of Game 7 of the Adams Division Final continues in just a moment. Boston Bruins and Montreal Canadiens scoreless after the first 20 minutes of Game 7 of the Adams Division Final. We have an update on the status of Ken Hodge. He was taken to a local hospital to have his right shoulder examined, so obviously Ken Hodge will be done for the night. John Pearson joins us now with his playoff pointers. Montreal out shooting Boston in that opening stanza, 10 shots to 7. John Pearson joins us now with his thoughts on the first 20 minutes of play. And John, it was pretty much as advertised as we talked about with Mike McPhee. Tight checking, close to the vest, and kind of a I don't want to you take it type philosophy in terms of handling the puck.
Yeah, I would say, Gene, when the pressure mounts like this in the 7th game, especially when these two teams get together because they've got a lot of history behind it, you sort of tend to handle the puck like a hot potato. And I think you're seeing that a lot here in the first period, or we did see it a lot. Plays that were broken at center ice, and Canadians had a couple of good scoring opportunities, even though they didn't get into Andy Moog. But one we're going to show you here early in the first period, right at the start, in fact, when Corson and Richer moved in on a bouncing puck through center ice when the Bruins could not handle it cleanly. But we're going to show you Corson going through as we roll this across the Boston blue line. Bourque is the lone defender. Corson carrying. Now he's got in mind to set up Richer because Richer's the big shooter. Hold it right there. This is the play right here where Bork really makes the good judgment call. He has in his mind that Corson wants to get it across to the big shooter for two reasons. He can shoot the puck, and besides, he's a right-hand shot coming in on the left wing, which increases his angle to Andy Moog. But right here, when he turns his body in this position, as we roll it through, you're going to watch Bork go down because he read the play beautifully. As Corson took it to his backhand, he had nothing to do but try to slip it underneath him, couldn't do it, and Richer was all in front by himself but didn't have the puck. Now here's a very good play by number 27, Christian, on Schneider. Schneider's in good position right here as far as the stick is concerned out here, but he's a little tongue-tied right here as he came from this direction, did not stop soon enough. Christian realized it, and as we roll this through, look at the puck go right by Schneider's left skate, and Christian picks it up on the other side and leaves Schneider looking back. But this defenseman here should have realized that Christian was the only player coming through this area, should have moved a little quicker into this area to block him off. And as we roll this around, you're going to watch Christian get a very good shot on Roy, who blocks it with the left pad. He's been sharp, and so has Andy Moog. And here's another good scoring opportunity for the Bruins in the first period. Cam Neely coming down the right wing. Here's the defenseman for the Canadiens taking a look. Now what he wants to do is he thinks Neely may go this way, but he also needs to block him from going around this big hole here. Now watch the defenseman as we push this along now. He tries to fake Neely to the outside. Neely goes to the outside and cuts around him beautifully. Now when Neely gets in this kind of a position, that defenseman has to head for this area right here, because if he comes over at an angle of this nature, Neely is so big and strong that he's just going to bounce him out. He's going to lose whatever position he has and cut in on goal. And as we roll this along, you're going to watch Neely with that good body position, waiting for the hit to come, but it never did. And unfortunately, he shot it well wide of the net as Roy looked over there and couldn't even find the puck. But, Gene, that was a pretty good first period, considering the fact that this is a seventh game in the Stanley Cup Adams Division Final.
And you pointed out two examples there where the Bruins have finally started to try to take advantage of the Canadiens' young defensemen. So we'll see if they continue that in the second period. Right now, we're just about set for the call of tonight's second period, so let's throw it back upstairs to Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Okay, thank you, Gene and John. Joe Lyons, who is a New England scout for the Boston Bruins, points out a Draft 91 tournament will draw top NHL executives. The Draft 91 tournament features the best American draft-eligible players from around the country. He said there's a tremendous selection in New England. This is going to be held May 3rd through the 5th at the Quincy Youth Arena.
Yeah, there are teams from New York and teams from Chicago. So there'll be a lot of good young talent there. Ken Hodge is good young talent, but unfortunately he has gone to the Mass General Hospital. X-rays on his shoulder. Here's that. That is a mandatory call. We've seen it before. But in the playoffs, they're not going to really let... They're going to let a little bit more go. Referees do not want to be the GOAT in the game, so they're going to let them play hockey.
It is no score set to go now. Second period. Janny, Neely, and Nyland. Ray Bork and Wesley. Schneider clearing in. Canadians change up. Put a checking line out. Here comes Wesley. Pops it in. Stopped by Schneider. Cote, a flip out. Ray Bork winding up. Looking for Janny, doesn't work for Nyland. And Nyland is offside. Janny was the one who had to take.
Well, now Nyland knew it, but I mean, he better off right there. Knock that down. Start again.
And Ed Barry played college hockey with him at Northeastern. He went on for the Olympics, a coach. He's going to be honored May 9th by his friends, American Legion Hall in Newton. And talked to Bishop Joseph McGuire, who played defense for BC against Eddie Barry. He's going to be there. There's a BC man. Craig Janney. May 9th, honoring Ed Barry, who made it to the Bruins in 1946 when American players just did not make it at that time. And, of course, an outstanding golfer. Perennial champion at Charles River. Schneider able to clear it out. Bork fires it back in. And nobody wants to make a mistake. They're just drilling it out. back and forth. Now it's Janney over the line. Flips it to Neely. Neely wide. Angle. Shot saved. Short side by Roy. Bork stayed at the line. Tried to keep it in. Courtnall breaks. Courtnall cuts in. Marvelous save. The follow-up. Bork got back on Carbonell, who had an empty net. And missing the net is McPhee. They had 3 chances. Each member of the line had a chance. And the Canadiens did not score.
That could come back to haunt them. The Bruins had better pick it up and get a break going for themselves after that.
And now McPhee is trapped in the zone offside. This sequence is positively unbelievable. First the save and then the misses.
Tremendous concentration by Andy Moog. Really what makes it happen. Wesley tries to play the puck on Russ Courtnall. Oh, it's a bouncing puck. Here'd McPhee say it's going to be a hard-working goal. Right here now he breaks in. He gets a little tricky trying to make it the slide to the takeaway side when Moog leaves it. Comes out, rebound. There's the play across the net. The first rebound came right to Carbonell, who missed it. Unbelievable sequence that was.
Well, Bork got back on Carbonell, who was lining up the empty net. Then McPhee trying to redirect the shot, missed the net. Had an excellent chance. Canadiens could be ahead with ease. Back with Dufresne now. Bruins trying to forecheck and keep it in. Don Sweeney pinches in. Poulin tries it, blocked. Don Sweeney keeps it in. Shot, blocked. Trapped by Roy. And it is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back at the moment. Shot by Christian, blocked. Canadiens break it out. That was a good shot by Don Sweeney on. Canadiens get it. Richer missed the pass, and Poulin breaks back with Strico. Trying to give it to Strico. It's broken up and cleared away. Corson coming on Galley for Richer, who missed the net. 3 times the Canadiens have missed the net on good opportunities here right at the start of the second period. Again, Richer broken up this time, and out comes Christian with Strico and Poulin. For Strico cutting in. The shot is blocked. Corson able to clear it out, and Ray Bork covers. Not a good start, second period for the Bruins. But the Canadiens failed to score. Strico is ruled offside.
You're right, Fred. Not a good period for the Bruins. One, their defense are not involved. The Bruins' defense is flat-footed. It's sluggish. One, they don't have any shots on goal in the first period. Usually very effective. Right here, Glenn Wesley tries a desperation hook on Courtnall. And once Courtnall gets that step by him, Wesley has to work at it. There's the follow-up. Good defensive play by Bork to get a stick on Carbonell. Montreal's defensemen only have 3, and 2 of them are by Cote. Matthew Schneider doesn't have any on net as well. A little tentative, not like either team. Don Sweeney here coming down. Here's his man with the puck. Watch what Sweeney does. Now he's on the puck here. He goes off him. He falls off him. That is wrong. And Richer gets the shot in the slot. Didn't pick up either one of them. That cannot happen. You have to stay involved with the puck and the puck carrier.
Savard trying to break count. Here's Janney over the line. One man back. Hole shoots. Blocked by Cote. Had to shoot it. He was the lead man. Puck cleared by Montreal. Back for Ken Hammond. Hammond broken up by Courtnall. Courtnall drops it for McPhee. McPhee shot blocked. Out comes Janney. Everybody back for Montreal. Puck rides in deep. Neely trying to put it in front. Picked off by Roy as Janney went for it.
There's vintage Cam Neely. Body the person first. Buys himself some more room. Makes a nice play in front. Kind of wrestles things back a little bit. Guys on the bench very effective by the shift in front of them. When you're a player, you are as much a fan as anyone. You're sitting there admiring what's going on. Many times the enthusiasm of your team, the physical play of your teammates picks you up a little bit. Now here's Cam Neely there. I'm going to knock you off the puck, then I'm going to make the play. He drew 2 Canadiens to him. It's unfortunate. Puck gets deflected high away from Janney. Ray Bork has got to be skating. If he's not skating, he's not nearly as effective. Probably one of the most powerful defensemen in the game today, no doubt about that. Norris Trophy winner, all the credentials. Raymond and tonight seems to be standing still a little bit, trying to make the play when he's standing still. And that is a very difficult thing to do. It's not easy at any time. But when you're not skating, it's very easy to anticipate your intended pass. He's been picked off on 2 or 3 occasions tonight already.
The team that is skating, Montreal, they're back-checking as well as creating an offense. The second period, 2 shots Boston, 1 from Montreal, and that's very deceptive.
I think Boston's going a little bit too offensive when they have it, and then they're a little bit slow making that transition over to the defensive side of the game.
Pizarro gets it, forced to the corner, circles around. Can't get the shot away as he's taken down. Now Courtnall winding up. Courtnall wheels into center ice, coming with great speed over the line. Goes for the shot. A blocker saved by Moog. How he got that shot away is amazing. With all the Bruins back at the line. Now Lazaro back from Hammond. The shot was saved by Roy. And a heavy hit. Lazaro belted down Cote. In deep for Bob Sweeney. Bob Sweeney trying to make the play. Bork cutting for the net. He can't get it to him. Bruins bat will keep it in. Bob Sweeney. Now Nyland, the backhander, the save, and a penalty coming up as Nyland was taken down. And that was Lazaro, Bob Sweeney, and Chris Nyland. Local boys really doing a job on the Canadiens.
Big shift for the Bruins right there, Fred. Nice hustle. Good second effort. All started right by Lazaro. As a result, there's the back checking you talked about, Fred. And Montreal was doing. Nyland gets involved, steals the puck. Cote takes a shot on Patrick Roy.
LeBeau is out. A power play for Boston. It will be their third, but the second one was only a brief 15 seconds.
Right here. Pretty marginal call, really, from what's been let go. But it was an offensive thrust, molested. Nyland was molested by LeBeau, trying to take a shot. It should send a message that that's what Gregson is going to call. If it's off the play, he might let some other things go, but he's definitely going to call anything on an offensive thrust.
The Boston line, Rajicka, Neely, and Janney with Bork and Wesley. A power play for Boston. 4 minutes into the second period. Canadians get the draw, and the tireless Courtnall hammers it down. Ray Bork starting. Carbonneau and Courtnall out there. Desjardins and Dufresne. Up for Janney. Stays on side. Flips it in. Goes to Rajicka. The shot. The save. Roy. And Rajicka scored in Montreal on a shot just like that. Set up by Janney.
Almost a similar position on the ice surface as he was. Janney gave it to him the other night. Patrick Roy doesn't remember that. What he knows is that he's thinking shot. He's got the ice shut down. Great catch here by Roy. Curling cut by Janney. A flip right here. Rajicka takes it out to the outside, snaps it off. Very nice catch. Great save that was. Watch Roy's left hand in the read. Outside, he's giving a little bit of the net away.
Hey, we say a false start on the faceoff. 15:44 left here in the second period. Power play for Boston. No score in the game. Janney will try the faceoff. Carbonneau wins it. Courtnall fails to clear. Wesley to Bork. Bork holds. Back for Wesley. Wesley, a shot. Deflected wide. It struck Desjardins. Wesley trying to contain it. Can't. Desjardins clears it. An amazing young defenseman, 21 years old, Desjardins. He is the solid man defensively. Rajicka over the line. Rolls it in wide. Neely puts it in deep for Rajicka. Trying to put it in front. Block. Ray Bork with it. Hammers away. Save. Rebound. And the clear by Carbonneau. Pretty good power play by Boston. For Janney. Janney trying to break over the line. Gets it to Rajicka. He moves it into the corner. Puts it back for Bork. Walks in. Save by Roy. Kept in by Wesley. No, Wesley can't contain it. Big stop there. Back comes Neely. Still a power play. One-timer by Janney. And it went wide. Neely wheels in the zone. Gets it across for Wesley. All the way to Bork. Moves in. Shot. Save. Rebound. Rajicka holding. Still holding. Waiting. Fires, and Lawak makes the save. And finally, Corson clears. Excellent power play by Boston.
Vladimir Rajicka had that puck, full possession of it, and nobody moved. Nobody skated for him. No one got in a hole for him, so he elected to shoot the puck.
Poulin and Skriko trying to move it out. Checked on the play, and Skriko gets it now to Wesley. A lead for Poulin over the line against Schneider. He is stopped by Schneider. Good stand-up check. Gilchrist is checked. It's a loose puck for Matthew Schneider. Starts back for Montreal. No score in the game. A lead for Gilchrist. Trying to cut in. Does. Shovels it in as he was hauled down on the play. And Galley starts it back. Up for Christian. Christian over the line. Screen shot. Scores! Dave Christian. Off wing side. Wrist shot. Catches Lawak. Napping. And it's 1-0 Boston.
Well, we've said all series, Patrick Roy, a little shaky, not himself. Been injured all year long, came back, gave up an awful lot of goals against the Buffalo Sabres. Dave Christian wisely takes a shot through the legs, uses a screen, but a very deceptive wrist shot. Christian can snap it quickly, watch it break off the goal, the blocker in the body, doesn't get his arm closed. People are ecstatic. The Canadiens had 3 or 4 opportunities to put the Bruins down. Let's see if this gives the Bruins a lift. They call him the Big M. Number 27. Used to be Frank Mahovlich. And now they call him M. Davy Christian.
The Bruins, helped by an excellent power play, have 9 shots now in the second period to 3 for Montreal. 13:30 left. A 1-0 lead on the goal by Dave Christian.
Gary Galley pumping the crowd up. Pat Burns would like it calmed down.
Well, somebody called a timeout. It might be Burns.
I think it's Burns. He's got his Canadians over there regrouping.
It is Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Unbelievable reaction here.
Oh, through the timeout, the fans still cheering. Galley slipping in, could be icing. No, they wave it off. Trying to get on Desjardins, but Desjardins slides it out in the center ice. Skrudland blocked at the line by Galley. Players offside. Oh, and Richer hits Galley. Galley had hit Skrudland. Daigneault trying to get involved.
Corson's got Hoover. Montreal Canadiens better not lose Shane Corson.
I think he's going to match these penalties.
Good hit by Galley. Take another slap shot after the whistle. Enough of that nonsense. We'll let the first one go. I'm going to have to call this one. Throw a little hit out there. Here's it. Whistle's gone. There's the slapper. Galley said enough of that. And hurt himself. And there's Richer from behind. Just jumps him. Galley, thank you. Now we're both gone.
The Boston goal at 6:30. Dave Christian is 6th from Galley. With Richer out for belting Galley.
Ryan Skrudland, Cam Neely in front of the net, sticking at each other. With Desjardins, there's Skrudland from behind. Neely not going to be too thrilled about that. There you go. Enough of your nonsense. There's a chop across the knee that's very dangerous. Neely chops Schneider. Matthew just figured he'll end it here.
No wonder Neely can't reach the puck. He's preoccupied there. Teams are at full strength. Skrudland knocks it in deep. Back is Ray Bork. Don Sweeney. Burridge trying to come out. He is hit. Desjardins keeps it in. It was deflected off. Don Sweeney went wide. Pass now out in front, and Ray Bork with it. Off Bob Sweeney goes to the Canadian line. Daigneault Gets it across for Desjardins. Bounces in near Moog. Moog covers up as Corson tried to pry it loose.
Andy Moog hurt.
Andy Moog was hurt by Corson, putting that jab on his hand.
Well, also maybe trying to draw a penalty.
Ray Bourque protesting to Gregson.
Well, he's not going to get any attention for it. Right here, it comes off the backboard. Moog's got it. He's going to make sure. It's a skate that hits him. Accidental.
And the faceoff coming up to the right of Andy Moog. 12:42 left in period number 2. Dave Christian putting the Bruins in front. Skrudland, Walter, and Corson. Walter out there because Richer has the penalty.
There's Skrudland skate kicking it loose.
Cote and Schneider looking for the draw. Walter gets it back and kept in by Cote, hurried along by Moog from behind the net, and Nyland works it out. Cote snaps it back in. Ray Bourque there. Hit by Walter. Puck kept in. Back for Cote. Cote makes one fake, makes two, gets it across for a save on Corson by Andy Moog. And everything is breaking out here. Bruins were fooled completely twice by Alain Cote, who set up Corson, and Corson thought he had it chalked up, and Moog made the stop.
Two exceptional shifts by Alain Cote.
It is Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment. And the 1991 Bruins playoff t-shirts and sweatshirts, Neely, Bourque, Moog, and Janney designs are exclusively available by calling 1-800-5-BRUINS. 40 or 100% cotton t-shirts for $14.95. Sweatshirt for just $24.95. Sizes medium, large, extra large. Orders shipped within 5 business days.
Oh. Brian Skrudland in the box. I've said it enough times how tough he plays the game. Shane Corson as well. Dave Poulin going to get the extra penalty. Canadiens on a power play. There's Shane Corson. I guess it's kind of just roughing it up a little bit, but Bruins puck chasing out there. Alain Cote. Two terrific shifts. Then a great pass. Has been an offensive opportunity squelched by Andy Moog. Here's what's going on after this. That was after the shot. The Cote moves have already gone by. Nyland just buries Skrudland.
Schneider keeps it in. Power play for Montreal. They trail 1-0. McPhee is there with Carbonneau. Broken up by Bourque. Bourque gets it for Burridge, and Burridge clears.
Great pass there by Bourque. Had Burridge on the side. Good positioning. Waste no time dumping it down.
8 minutes into the second period. 1-0 Boston, but the third power play of the game for the Canadiens. And Schneider hammers it in, takes a weird hop, and is kept in at the line, they say, by Desjardins. Just did it. Back for Schneider. Shot. Kick-out save by Andy Moog. And Burridge fails to clear. This one, though, goes outside the line on the Schneider pass to Desjardins. And Kevin Collins calls it. 1:21 left on the Canadian power play. 11:39 left here. The shots are even 16 apiece.
I think there's an awful lot of, there's been tremendous comparisons made between Chris Chelios and Matthew Schneider. And I think deservedly so. Schneider very young. Got a mean streak in him, plays the game hard. Some offensive skills. Right there, there's the two shifts by Cote. What a save by Moog, down and out.
Well, that was Lazaro trying him on the first one and Poulin on the second. And Cote fooled them both, set up Corson, and Moog robbed Corson. 1:10 left. Power play. And Schneider gets it over the line. For Savard, the shot blocked in a screen, loose, jammed, popped over the net, goes to the backboard. John Sweeney trying to clear it out. Desjardins able to keep it in. On the other side, it is fired up to Savard. Savard gets it for Desjardins. The shot blocked. Savard, a shot blocked by Moog out of nowhere. Cleared to the corner. Desjardins trying to keep it in, and Wesley is able to clear it. Tremendous pressure by the Montreal Canadiens on their power play.
Boston is just surviving at this point. This isn't a kill. This is survival.
Schneider deflected wide. The long rebound goes outside the line. Lazaro and Bob Sweeney are on. Bruins short-handed, and the Canadiens trying to tie it. Schneider fires in. Moe traps it, can't get control, blocks it. It goes across for Courtnall. Back for Schneider, up for Courtnall. Checked by Hammond. They get it to Savard. Savard for Courtnall. Courtnall forced back by Lazaro. And can't get it outside the line. The puck rolls across. Bruins get the man back. Savard blocked by Bourque. Bob Sweeney can't clear it. Bourque on it. Clears it up and out. An injured Canadian down on the ice. Savard.
Dennis Savard punched Bobby Sweeney in the mouth. Thought it was a slash, so Sweeney retaliated with a tremendous right hook. Stood up and buried him with a right. They should both be going. There should be no doubt about it at all that both should be going. There's Savard back, and then Sweeney said, yeah, okay, bang. Down he goes. He's never been hit after it.
Well, the Bruins can ill afford to give the Canadiens too many power plays like that. Bob Sweeney is going.
I cannot believe he's going alone.
Another power play for Montreal. Sweeney out for 2 minutes. That is Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Gregson seeing this. There's the retaliation by Sweeney. 2 minutes each. No, Bob Sweeney alone. I guess he gets 2 minutes for success.
And the face-off outside the Boston blue line. The Canadiens were all over Andy Moog at the Boston end on the last one. As we look at Dennis Savard, he was out there in the last half of it.
Well, if I was a Bruin at this point, the way that last power play of the Canadiens went, I'd be terrified. Boston chasing the puck around. Montreal had 5-6 great opportunities, not only goaltending, but missed chances piled on top of each other. Montreal wants to take it easy now. They don't want to go overboard and give up a short-handed goal here either. They might really go all caution to the wind.
Milbury has Galley and Wesley on defense, and up front he has Hoover and Poulin. Daigneault is on with Desjardins. Pat Burns sustaining that 4-forward situation. And anyway, Savard, who is a fourth, is shaken up. Corson is well offside on the right wing.
Corson wanted Keane to leave that alone. We have a little conversation about it. I was in. Mike Keane going, I didn't think you were.
Canadians making very clever plays in the Boston end to set up scoring opportunities.
Right here in front of the net, Don Sweeney. Whoa! It's away with a cross check. That should have been 2. But that's been pretty well the play in front of the net. Your basic trench work. You want to play hockey in front of that net, it's going to cost you.
Boston leads 1-0 on the Dave Christian goal. Just beyond the halfway mark of the game. Schneider for Keane. Keane is hit. And Hoover knocks it out. Hoover on Schneider. Breaks him up. And a holding call as Hoover forced that penalty. And the Canadiens' power play is nullified. Out goes Schneider for holding Hoover. It is 1-0 Boston. Back in a moment.
Right here, watch Hoover pick it up. He uses kind of a stick in the stomach to pull himself around the corner. Matthew Schneider gets the holding for holding onto his stick. That's what he used to kind of turn that corner.
Well, that's the aggressive work that the Bruins need. Hoover forced that penalty.
Exactly.
Each team short a man. Back for it, Galley. He's on with Wesley, Poulin, and Lazaro. Poulin starts it out. Off for Lazaro. Coming hard. Really going. Goes deep. puts it in front, and Poulin couldn't quite get it. Wesley does, but his shot goes wide. Poulin moving on Corson. Around for Cote. For Richer. Now to Corson in the center ice. Avoids a hit by Galley, moves it in deep. And Richer comes off the corner with it. Behind the net, trying to poke it in front. Loose. Just cleared away by Galley. Daniel keeps it in for Richer. Richer checked by Poulin.
Somebody's got to cover the points.
Daniel missed with his shot from the point. Lazaro able to get it. Bruins could break 3-on-2. But Wesley just drops it in the zone. In 30 seconds, the Bruins will have a power play. 8:35 left here in period number 2. Courtnall out there with a lot of open ice. Got Weimer on. Fires one. Save with Jenny right there. Roy allows no rebound with that glove hand stop on Jim Weimer. In 21 seconds, the Bruins will have a power play for 30 seconds. Thanks to Ron Hoover's aggressive work on Schneider.
The Montreal Canadiens are playing a magnificent hockey game thus far. Been robbed in the break department. Here's Richer. Little spin, turnaround, takeout. Two Canadians just hauled to the ice. That's been the way it's been going. In front of the net, kind of anything goes out there.
Janney on the draw with Carbonell. Weimer and Bork defense. Neely there. Carbonell wins it. Weimer moves right on Daniel. Janney moving. Makes it for Bork. The shot. Wide, just wide. And Neely swings off the corner. Trying to make his play. Turns, fires, and it's blocked by Daniel. What a solid defenseman that young man has been. And the Canadians, Daniel able to clear it. It is a power play Boston now. 27 seconds left on it. Bork up for Janney. He lost it. Inadvertently knocked into the crowd by Dufresne. And the faceoff called at center ice. 21 years of age, Schneider and Desjardins. And they are the keys to the Montreal defense.
Get them now. Beat the Montreal Canadiens now, because once this defense gets seasoned, they're going to be extremely difficult to handle. Greg Janney moving the puck well, getting in and out, penetrating. Montreal defense doing a nice job of picking up the Bruins. Bruins' chances aren't cold. They're not clean. They're not all alone like Montreal's chances have been. Kind of off to the side, perimeter stuff.
1-0 Boston. Dave Christian, the goal. Power play. Rajitska for Galley. Galley behind the net. Janney can't get it. Canadians able to clear it.
Bruin defense looking at each other like, are you going to get it or am I going to get it? Neither one of them pick it up.
Bork harassed by Courtnall. Almost lost it. Out comes Galley. Galley for Rajitska.
Oh, that was close.
Offside. 7:26 left here, second period. Total shots are 18 for Montreal. And for the Bruins, 17. The Bruins have 10 in this period, and the goal by Christian. And the Canadians have 8. Dave Christian from Galley, as he broke in on the left wing side, used Desjardins as a screen and beat Rawak to the short side.
You know, that Montreal defense, we talk about its age all the time and its youth and its inexperience. Defensively, they are extremely sound, but they don't bring much offense. Matthew Schneider is the one offensive defenseman they got, and the flurry by Alain Cote, the nice handling of the puck earlier. But really, Montreal's defense stays at home pretty well. Just gets it up and out, lets the fancy forwards do their work. Ray Bork's 7 points is as many points as the entire Montreal defensive corps have combined.
And the draw goes right to Galley. Savard is okay. He's back out there. Galley whips it around. John Sweeney able to keep it in. To the corner. Neely fights for it. Rajitska tries a tough angle shot, deflected away. Kept in by Don Sweeney, rolls in front. Cote broken up by Rajitska. Rajitska holding in front. Taken down is Neely. And a penalty on Montreal. Savard for interference or tripping on Neely. And Rajitska creates a lot by, they just back off him.
Unbelievable.
It is. Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Dennis Savard. Vladimir Rajicka. That's Neely and Savard. 18 and 8. Neely goes in. Really, Neely bodied into Savard. Savard picked up on it. He did not have a stick. Neely wanted body position on him. Not a stick. That's pretty marginal call, really. But that was in that offensive area again. And with an offensive thrust going. Gregson sending a message that he's calling that. There's Ken Neely with another retaliation of his own.
Neely on the draw, out to the right of Patrick Roy. Wesley, Bourque, Rajicka, Janney, and Neely.
Rajicka right there, Dufresne and Rajicka kind of slashing at each other. Calm it down. Gregson's going to tell him. Move over.
Ray Bourque, the lone point man. 4 men. Neely trying to kick it back, gets it to Janney. Janney keeps it in at the line, along the line, gives it to Bourque. Bourque unloads! And it's deflected into the stand.
Nothing working for Raymond Bourque tonight. Pulled that in, teed it up, hit a foot, went into the stands. But great puck handling in tight quarters by Craig Janney there. Just at the blue line, they win the draw back, and he's cutting back and forth. I tell you, that is dangerous and difficult. Has to have a lot of confidence in himself, but there's where he ended up, right along the blue line. They back off and get a stick on it.
Another face-off, and again, it will be Neely against Skrubin. Neely winning the last one with help from Janney.
They got Rajicka in a very
back to
different
Bourque.
Position.
Bourque along for Wesley. Behind the net, Janney. Janney holding. Bourque trying to get open. Neely in front. Janney holding. And he lost it.
Try to soft pass. Try to flip it up, lay it down for Rajicka.
Winding up is Ray Bourque. Power play Boston. 1:25 left on the power play. 1-0 Boston. To way to Neely. Neely trying to get a handle to it. Goes deep. Checks. Janney with it. Check. Janney gets it. Back for Wesley. Wesley for Bourque. Bourque for Wesley. Shot blocked. Trickles in. Bourque has it. Holding. In deep. Neely knocked down. Rajicka tries one. Block. A kick. Bit by Neely. He tried to kick one in on a rebound.
A blatant kick didn't work. Good, got good foot on it too.
50 seconds left. Bourque at the line. Tentative for Boston, and the play is offside.
Yeah.
And Rajicka tries tough angled shots. Boy, Roy has to hold that short side.
Oh, he's thinking offense all the time. Bruins will tell you, very accurate shot. He tries things. He's always gimmicking. Doing things for Matthew Snyder. Great future in this game. A lot of pressure on Snyder. But watch this rebound come to Neely. Misses it with the stick, so I'll try to kick it in. You get a little desperate in front of the net. Try anything you can. Maybe you get away with it.
Not a bad move, because then after Roy blocked it and it came out again, then it's very much alive.
Very alive, especially if you force Roy to move, and he doesn't want to. Could have went out and stole it with his own stick and kind of swept it to the corner, but when you kick it like that, it forces him to do things he doesn't want to do with it.
48 seconds left. Okay, able to clear it. Ray Bourque still out there with Wesley, Poulin, Squeako, Christian.
Bruins defense not skating. They're curling and standing and...
As though they're pacing themselves.
Yeah.
Wesley and Bourque. Slow developing. Wesley gets it over the line, then loses it. The Canadians break. Here comes Courtnall. Gets away from Christian. Gets a pass off for Carbonneau, who gets a shot on net and a save. Bruins work it out. Here's a break, still a power play. Christian coming over the line, off wing side. He scored from here. Holds it, puts it on the net. Blocked by Roy. Loose, and the Canadians get it. And Courtnall clears it. 5 minutes left in the second period. And the power play is up. Poulin back over the line for Christian. The shot is wide. Squeako. Christian trying to get it. Christian kept it in. Checked along the line. It's up for Skriko, looking for Don Sweeney, cutting for the net. It's blocked. Don Sweeney gets it back up for Skriko. Skriko along the line, still holding. Works it back in front for a shot to save. Great rush by Skriko. Did it all alone and went right up the middle. And Roy made the stop. Here comes Savard, driving. Saved by Andy Moog. It is iced by Skriko. He made a great rush.
He's exhausted.
Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
This is Gene LeVanchi in our Boston Garden studio. Coming up in our second intermission tonight, we're going to have some fun as Red Fisher of the Montreal Gazette and Kevin DuPont will join us to talk about tonight's game and this series overall. And John Pearson will be back with us as well, sharing his thoughts on tonight's second period. Until then, let's send it back upstairs to Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Face off in the Boston zone after the icing by Skriko. One for Galley. Fails. Oh, it may go out. Well, the Canadiens backed off.
That's J.J. Daniel, wrong spot there, got caught.
Could have easily kept it in for some pressure. And here comes Richer. Unloads, deflected by Don Sweeney into the stands. And the face-off about 15 feet inside the Boston blue line. 4 minutes left in period number 2. Dave Christian, the lone goal. As we look at Don Sweeney, beautiful breakaway goal the other night against Roy.
Savard, McPhee, and Carbonneau for Montreal. A lot of their offense, they have no goals against the Bruins. Craig Janney has no goals against the Canadiens. But Craig Janney, when he has a multiple-point game, the Bruins are 4-0. We're looking a lot to Janney. McPhee, of course, he's really preoccupied with the assignment of Neely. He's always been the Bruins' nemesis. Nice to see him turned into a checker.
Burridge wins the faceoff. Bruins finally clear it. Bob Sweeney is on with Nyland and Burridge. Burridge moving in on Daniel. Nyland comes off the corner. Can't center it. And it's up for Corson too far. Back is Don Sweeney. Cuts away from Richer. Can't set up the play. Don Sweeney gets it to Galley. Bob Sweeney. Burridge breaking. He can't get it in front. That was blocked by Desjardins. Bob Sweeney behind the net from Nyland. Nyland taken to the boards, goes to the boards, throws his weight around in the corner. Bob Sweeney helping out. Play in the Canadian zone. Bruins battle to keep it in. Skrudland clears it out. And Boston, Don Sweeney gets it for Burridge again. Canadians back on their heels. Bruins leading 2-1-0 and trying to get number 2 with a checking line out there. Desjardins to Skrudland. In the center ice, Janney breaks it up. Can't capitalize on it.
Nyland's outside. He had to quit on it.
Daniel right back. Shot in on Andy Moog. Don Sweeney down at the line.
Jeff Lazaro just laid out by Skrudland.
And they're calling it. Skrudland out for a high stick with 2:50 left in the second period.
Well, that penalty's in the Major League dumb variety. But that's misleading. I know the guys are thinking everything's going to be okay. You can do what you pretty well want to do out there. And most of the time, that's been the case. This is something I'm quite sure Skrudland's doesn't appreciate. Didn't figure he would be getting called on it. Tried to make it look accidental.
2:50 left in the period. The Bruins are on a power play. And for most of the power plays, it's been Neely. Let's look at it. There it is.
There's the little dump. I don't know why he called it high sticking. It was more tripping than anything else.
The only goal by Dave Christian. Mike Milbury using Janney, Neely, Rajicka on the power play. That Carbonneau gets the draw. Cote makes the clear. Raybor coming carefully. Now Rajicka. Over the line. Goes deep. Behind the net, he lost it. Back. Bork able to keep it in at the line. Neely. Loses. Courtnall comes out. Courtnall on Bork. Fires. Deflected high by Moog around the boards, and Carbonneau moves it in. 1:20 left on the Boston power play. Bork to center ice. To clear in. Janney on the boards. Can't get it. Bork able to keep it in against Courtnall. Holding. Drops it up for Janney. Janney. Wesley. Shot. Save. And Courtnall trying to break it out, but Carbonell clears it.
Great block by Carbonell. Block and clear. Don't see many players doing that from that position.
Wesley clears it in. Roy trying to knock it away, does to Cote. Cote check. Squeako battling. Janney there. Squeako trying to get it. Janney comes out with it. Janney puts it across, and it's blocked by the Canadiens as Neely was breaking in front. That was all very much in tight. Janney coming off the boards. 20 seconds left.
What a great play by McPhee to break up that pass to Neely.
And away comes Corson now on Wesley. Drops it for McPhee, short-handed. McPhee forced all the way around. Broken up. Battles for it. Squeako gets it up. Janney starts it out. 5 seconds left on the power play. Janney for Neely. Neely. Cross. In front. Janney fails to direct it home as Galley set him up, cutting right in front. Alone. Full strength Montreal. Neely. Back for Don Sweeney. Shot. Blocked by Roy. 35 seconds left in the period. Puck cleared. Don Sweeney back for it. Almost put it in the net. Lost it. And Moog was ready for it. Savard gets it. Savard broken up by Poulin. And a penalty called by Gregson on Galley. Probably interference with 21 seconds left. Cross-check, he says. And Montreal will have a 21-second power play the rest of the second period.
I think it's Don Sweeney. I don't know. The two of them were there, Galley and Sweeney. They looked at each other. This is the way it's going to go.
So the Canadiens start off with 21 seconds left, and a vital face-off coming up to the right of Andy Moog.
Here's what you're going to do. You think this is just great. This is pretty. Everything's working out nice. It's the only time the Bruins have really worked it down low where there's two men alone. Craig Janney tried upstairs and opened the wrists up a little bit. It kind of, a bouncing puck glanced off his stick and went high and wide. Craig Janney had that back. He would have cuffed it and just slid it right over to Petri Skrejko, but
Poulin with Lazaro, and it's right back. Desjardins, the shot goes high. Long ricochet on the dasher. Knocked down. Canadiens intercepted by Lazaro. And he skates it out. Gives it to Galley. Out for Lazaro.
Wayne Bonney called the offside. Caught David Poulin. Couldn't drag the right leg any farther, any longer.
The Bruins could do no wrong in that situation. And
right, that's all they were looking for, is to run it out.
4 seconds left in the period.
Got to look at Dave Poulin here. He's trying to stay onside. Nice move by Lazaro, but too late. That was close. That was very close.
1-0 Boston. 4 seconds left in the second period. The shots are even, 21 apiece. Montreal outshot Boston in the first period, 10-7. And they'll just about be able to drop the puck. Neither team able to do much from this position. Schneider, a long shot, wide. And the score at the end of 2 periods. Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Here's Gene Lavachi with tonight's second intermission.
All right, Fred, thank you very much. Coming up, we'll be speaking with these two gentlemen, Red Fisher of the Montreal Gazette and Kevin Dupont, who's joined us regularly on Boston Bruins hockey here on TV 38. Also, John Pearson will break down the second period of play. It's all coming up. And Bruins hockey on TV 38 continues in just a moment. Dave Christian, the only goal of the contest so far. The Boston Bruins take a 1-0 lead into the locker room after 2 periods of play here at the Boston Garden. We are pleased to be joined by Red Fisher and Kevin Dupont. We're going to be talking about this article first with Red Fisher of his paper, the Montreal Gazette. It's entitled Ugly and Dumb. God Created the Boston Bruins to lose to the Canadiens. It's by Jack Todd, and I want to ask you about this one excerpt here, Red, one of the tamer ones I might add in this article. The only reason God made the Bruins, a collection of ugly, beetle-browed, bent-nosed, toothless, that is, thugs, who think standing in front of the crease like some big old dumb redwood trees playing hockey is so they can lose to the Canadiens. What's the deal with this, Jack Todd?
Why don't you read the nasty parts? I think Jack was just having a little bit of fun. I don't think it's anything to get too upset about, really. I think probably the only guy that should get upset is Ken Hodge Sr., because he referred to him as ugly, and Ken Hodge, as I recall, is a very handsome guy, something like Mr. DuPont here. If I were Ken Hodge Jr., well, I don't know. He's a pretty handsome guy himself, except for that John Ferguson nose. That worries me just a little bit.
Talking about tonight's game, you came in here and we were commenting that the Boston Bruins, in spite of having a 1-0 lead, are kind of lucky to have that lead in your estimation at this point.
Well, you know, if I were the Canadiens, or the Canadiens coach or general manager, I'm sure looking in right now, I wouldn't be too concerned about the Canadiens, the way they've been playing. I think they've been playing awfully well. They've been playing, as a matter of fact, a lot better than I thought they would tonight. I think they're in control. They've missed some outstanding chances. They've got to beat this guy Moog, though. I mean, he continues to stone them, and until they do, they've got this problem.
Kevin, the Bruins cannot continue to rely on the play of Andy Moog, though. They've got to turn it up.
They can't, but my first surprise is I thought Red was the general manager of the Canadiens.
Not officially.
Oh. They can't. They have, though, for all of 7 games here. And really, if you go through the 7 games we've seen, or the 6 2/3 games we've seen, he has been the one consistent element they've had. And usually when you have to rely on your goaltender for 7 games, usually very, very, very vulnerable.
Let's talk about the other goaltender, Patrick Roy. He was injured earlier this year, Red, and he has not played the best that he's capable of playing. Is he still bothered by injuries, do you think?
Well, he might be bothered somewhat, but he is playing a very, very solid game tonight. The goal that did beat him, there was a deflection off Christian's shot. I would be quite happy, once again, if I were the general manager. And yeah, you're right, Kevin, I am. With the way Patrick Roy has been playing, he's made some big stops, some huge stops. He hasn't played a monster game, but he hasn't had to play a monster game. He's played a very controlled game, making the stops he's had to.
Kevin, as far as the Bruins are concerned now, heading into the 3rd period, they had the lead late in the game, in game number 6, and they sat on a little bit. Montreal came back. What is going to be their philosophy heading into this 3rd period? They do have the lead. They can take comfort in that, but will we see them trying to hold on to this thing and hope that it's enough to get them through?
I'll be amazed if they don't come out and really force it in the offensive end. And if they sit back now, it would be their biggest mistake of the year, I think. They've got them backpedaling a little bit. Now's the time to really push it to the front. And just as we saw them here in Game 5, if they can get that kind of consistency, especially from the checking line with Hoover, with Burridge, and now with Bob Sweeney on the right side.
All right, Red, let me throw this question out to you. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Biggest surprise in your eyes on the Boston Bruins that you've seen in this series?
Well, you know, I mentioned a name or two before, but, you know, thinking about it, I don't see any surprises. The Bruins don't surprise you. You know what the Bruins are going to do. They're going to come out working, as indeed they're going to come out working in this 3rd period. They work, and that's no surprise to anybody when they do it, and they keep doing it all the time. No surprises, not really.
Kevin put the same question to you, but as far as surprise with the Montreal Canadiens?
Canadians I've been most surprised with is the defense, and I talked to Red about this a lot during the year, that they looked vulnerable because of the young defensemen. And gee, you look out there tonight and you see guys like Schneider, who looks a lot like Chelios. I don't know if he went for cosmetic surgery or what he did. He looks just like him. And overall, Cote, we saw here in Boston, I thought he did a terrific job. He backed up a little tonight on the first goal, or on the only goal, and might have cost them a bit there. But all in all, have done very, very well. And also that Corson has kept his head and not gone into some stupid penalties and been a great player for them.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Red Fisher, the Montreal Gazette, we appreciate you joining us. Kevin DuPont, thank you very much. We have to take a timeout. John Pearson will join us with his analysis when Bruins Hockey on TV 38 continues after this timeout.
Christian over the line. Screen shot scores! Dave Christian off wing side.
So far, Dave Christian scoring for the Boston Bruins. It's 1-0. The Bruins 20 minutes away from a spot in the Wales Conference Final. John Pearson joins us with his analysis coming up. Welcome back. The Boston Bruins with a 1-0 lead after 2 periods of Game 7 of the Adams Division Final. John Pearson with us once again. And John, the Bruins can ill afford to play the 3rd period the way they did the 2nd. As if they do, it's unlikely that they'll hold on to that 1-0 lead.
Well, you've got to give Canadians full marks for so far for 2 periods, even despite the fact that they're down 1-0. I think it's been a case of a lot of Andy Moog and a little help from Lady Luck. But the Bruins did get a break. The power play that they had with LeBeau in the penalty box shortly thereafter seemed to energize them, and that's when Christian scored the only goal so far in the game. Now, they cannot afford to hang on and back in. They've got to somehow energize and go forward and try to get the Canadians in their own end a little bit to kill off part of that clock, but they cannot afford a kitty bar the door game, Gene. But right here, one of the players that I really am afraid of in this particular game is number 6, Courtnall. He has got speed and he can accelerate. Now right here you're going to see Wesley down here. This is a sort of a one-on-one, but this guy can accelerate out of taking too many strides, and he's moving in that direction, and we'll push this button here and get this thing on the move. And watch Courtnall. He can skate. He may be the fastest skater next to Savard, but right here Wesley reaches out to try to poke the puck away from him, but what that does, it gives Courtnall just a little bit better advantage, because Wesley, in order to do that, had to slow down, and Courtnall is going to take it right in here. As we move this along, you're going to see the guy use his body very effectively to block off Wesley. Now, right there, this is a great move by a winger. He blocks that right skate out in front to give the fulcrum so that he can really establish himself in this area along the ice, waiting for the hit to come. It really does not come, but watch the nice move that Andy Moog makes, dragging his pads late right there, and he just got the underneath left pad on that drive by Courtnall. Now, the only goal of the game so far was started by Gary Galley over here in the corner. A very smart move. Watch him carry this puck up along the boards, and he will turn, as we'll roll this through, he will turn just short of his own blue line. Right here, make a nice left wing pass to Christian, coming in beautifully. Right-hand shot, now that gives him an advantage. Desjardins is the defenseman. Now right there, we're going to hold it, because this guy right here, who has played a sensational game, I think, for the Canadiens, is having trouble picking the puck up right here because of the defenseman being here. You can see how straight he is. Normally, he's crouched down because he wants to concentrate, but he has yet to pick the puck up. And as we roll this through, Christian will snap the wrist shot off between the legs of the defenseman. And I tell you, Roy never saw it till it was almost on top of him, and he couldn't contain it, and it's 1-0 Bruins. Now, I talk a lot about the wrist shot, and here is a case where it means a very, very lot, because Christian's got the puck right here. He's going to drive that wrist shot in this direction between the skates of the Canadian defenseman. But that puck, because it's a wrist shot, Roy cannot see him shoot it, cannot see the big stick. So he slides it in here, and it moves probably 15 feet before Roy picks it up, and that's the key to this particular goal, is the good wrist shot. We roll this through. Watch him snap it off. It's probably right there when Roy picks it up, but it's too late. He goes down, and the puck sleeps underneath his backhand glove, and the Bruins will take a 1-0 lead into the third period. But they need to be a little aggressive, Gene. But the playoff pressure, if it was big in Game 1, it's even bigger in the third period of Game 7, and they're just going to hang on. But they've just got to find that energy to do a little forechecking up front.
Well, we'll see how they respond, John. They're 20 minutes away from pay dirt. Right now, for the call of tonight's third period, let's send it back upstairs to Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Okay, thank you, Gene and John. The Canadians on a power play as we look at Dave Christian, who has the only goal of the game. And we said Desjardins was the defenseman. It was Alain Cote. And Red Fisher said that it was deflected. It was not. It was, as John Pearson pointed out, that wrist shot that sneaks up on you.
Right, it was not deflected. It was just a great wrist shot done at the right time. Petri Skriko is very successful with that. He's done that in the past. Christian had the opportunity and it utilized it. Patrick Roy, like John Pearson said, could not pick it up in time. Snuck between the arm and the body. Bruins, another puck. A couple opportunities that the Canadiens have had wide open nets. They've missed. And Andy Moog has been sensational, as has Patrick Roy, all but once.
Don Sweeney in the box. The power play. Improvised lineup here. LeBeau, Courtnall, and Corson. Ray Bourque wears it down to Roy.
Well, the bunch are going to have to watch for this period. Corson, Skrudel, and Richer, they have 11 of Montreal's 17 goals. so they'll be getting a lot of attention.
Bruins break it up again and clear it. Schneider ready to go. Lazaro and Poulin, Wesley and Bork. Matthew Schneider out of Woonsocket. A lead pass too far, but Courtnall hustles in, gets it. Drops it, blocked by Poulin. He's just able to clear it out. Well, he had Lazaro breaking. Here's Courtnall getting it, shooting, and a marvelous save by Andy Moog on Courtnall, who ripped off a wrist shot. Poulin able to clear it.
Right arm, right blocker save. Andy Moog, top of his crease.
40 seconds left on the Montreal power play. It is their 5th of the night, and Boston has had 6. Over the line, Daigneault, the defenseman. Skrudland dropped it, but the point man not there. Schneider has to go center ice. Hammond is on with Galley. Bruins break it up. And Burridge flips it in. Bob Sweeney, a surprise starter and regular player for Boston with the shoulder injury. And the Bruins. Now out comes Daigneault again. Wraps it around the board. Skrudland trying to keep it in. Bob Sweeney trying to check it out. Can't do it. It is kept in. Dropped off for a McPhee. The Cote. Blocked by Burridge. A diving play by Burridge. And
Skrudland's going to get the gate again.
An interference penalty on Skrudland. And the Bruins will go on a power play. Boston 1, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Ryan Skrudland for interference at 1:45. That's 2 penalties that he's picked up in a row that have been of the silly variety. Now Hammond's got a little fault here with the holding of the stick, but not letting Hammond play the man with the puck. Skrudland gets the gate.
That is the 3rd power play that Skrudland has given Boston.
That could be a pretty smart, subtle play also by Kenny Hammond. By the elbow and held on to the stick with the elbow.
Neely from Bork. Drives, scores! Cam Neely from the neutral zone! A heavy blast! Gets a power play goal to make it 2-0.
We've said Patrick Roy a little shaky. You get the shots, you can beat him. He has been an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. What he is fooled that this time that Cam Neely would shoot one a la Stéphane Richer from outside the blue line, almost 3 feet. It doesn't deflect anything, just breaks it off Roy's glove. Just shot it too hard and fooled him.
Ray Bork gets the assist. A power play goal with Neely barreling down that right side, and he can fire him with the best. And it is a power play goal, so the Bruins are 1 for 7. On the bench.
It's not over yet. It's a long way to go yet. You've got 18 minutes to go.
Here comes Courtnall. His shot deflected to the Boston corner. McPhee. Gets it for Courtnall. His shot blocked wide. Carbonneau puts it in front. Blocked by Wesley. Wesley around the boards. Neely starts it out. Gives it to Janney. Janney with a breaking Lazaro. Lazaro hangs on, shoots. Save Roy. Good rush by Lazaro, who took the pass in his skates and fired it on. Battles for it deep. Pulled down by 2 Canadians. And McPhee starts it out. Up now for Schneider. Long shot and a save by Moog. Galley with it. 2-0 Boston. Galley has trouble. Now gets it to Neely. Neely to Lazaro. Bruins want a line change. Lazaro fired it over the head of Roy. 3 minutes into period number 3. It is 2-0 Boston. In the Boston zone, Galley. A quick clear out. Daigneault up for Keane. Keane broken up. Bruins can't clear. Puck goes in deep. Poulin behind the net trying to get free. Gets it up for Skriko. Skriko can't clear it. Christian can't clear it. Now Christian to Poulin. Poulin with Squeako. Puts it in wide of Roy. Cam Neely, a power play goal on a blast from 65 feet that beat Roy. Savard is over the line. Back for Daniel. The shot missed. The rebound. Kept in, and now a whistle. Net may be dislodged. It is Boston 2, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Here's Daniel down the corner. Snaps off the shot. Goes wide. Andy Moog sees people crashing. Nobody on the point man. There's Moog. Just steps back. Dislodges the net. So anybody crashes the net, really, all the only defense goaltenders have is to let themselves be pushed, dislodge the net, stop play.
A draw to Wesley behind the net to Bork. Bork drops it out. Schneider winding up with
the Bruins.
save.
The Bruins do not want to do is sit on this. They did in Montreal. You want to continue the offense, continue taking it, skating, taking the man. 16 minutes left.
Cote looking for Corson. Corson barrels over the line. Puts it in front, but right out to Burridge. Burridge breaks all alone. Weaves and kills some time, and then is broken up by Cote. Cote gets it right back for Richer. A shot wide. Bounces back in front of Vogue. Flipped out by Galley. Corson winding up. 2-0 Boston. Broken up by Lazaro. Lazaro broken up by Corson. Puck is cleared out to center ice. And over the line, it is fed in all the way to Moog. Bruins trying to clear the rebound. Can't. Dufresne, a long shot. Moog saw it all the way, and he hangs on with Keane right there.
Well, the puck has been bouncing pretty well for the Bruins tonight. They're at home. They're confident. Right here, Richer fires one, goes in the corner. Now watch it come out. Whoa! Andy Moog, a little howdy-do, little dance, get out of the way. Watch the skate. He's on his right leg. He can't get that out of the way. I mean, on his left leg. Can't get that out of the way. A little late in his delayed reaction. He wanted to move the left one, not the right one. Got a break there.
14:54 left, third period. 2-0 Boston. Goals by Christian and Neely on a power play. Neely on the draw, ball strike. And the Canadiens have 4 shots in this period. The Bruins would like to check them a little better than that.
I think what Boston wants to do is continue this offense. They got to force Montreal into some mistakes. Craig Janney right now, his sole duty is to get to Russ Courtnall. Make sure he doesn't get it to Dufresne and get taken out of the play.
Neely wins it for Galley. Galley pursued by Carbonneau. Carbonneau taken down. It's up for Janney. Janney for Neely. Can't break in with it. And back for it, Desjardins. The line is Janney, Neely, and Lazaro. Bruins break it up. A great check by Lazaro there. Got control. And Janney over the line. Janney trying to cut in. Dropped it, but McPhee got it and cleared it out.
McPhee's not leaving Neely.
Don Sweeney fires it in. Heavy hit by Lazaro. He belts. He's going out. A charge on
Giving him
Lazaro.
charging.
A power play for Montreal. Boston 2, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Wait till Jeff Lazaro gets the right and the wrong, a left wing. He gets accustomed to that position. He's going to be dynamite. Right here, he's got Dufresne.
That is not charging.
I know it's not. I know it's not charging, and you're vehement about it, and you should be. He glided into him, a good shoulder check, and that's all it was. But it looked so vicious that he decided to call him for it. I hope he doesn't have to pay for it.
That was a glide. You have to stride for charging.
You have to take 2 steps in your opponent's direction with the intent of creaming him.
It is the 6th power play for Montreal. Boston has 7. They scored in their 7th. Savard over the line, broken up by Ray Bourque. And back comes Christian. Christian over the line. The shot wide and high as Schneider was back. Savard starts it back for Montreal. The clear in. Bouncing wide. Going for it, Corson. Back for Richer. Right across for Savard for Richer. Kick out save by Andy Moe. Christian trying to clear it. Can't. Schneider kept it in. Goes behind the net. Wesley. Corson. Skrudland off. They give it to Schneider. Schneider away for Richer again. Now in deep for Skrudland. Back for Richer.
They've only got 1 point, man. They only need Christian out there.
And they get it to Schneider. His shot blocked in front. Kept in now by Savard. Savard for Richer. Long shot wide. Bruins trying to clear it. Can't. Now Ray Bourque breaks it up. And it's cleared outside the line and called for the Canadian offside. 47 seconds left on the Montreal power play. 7 minutes into the third period. It is 2-0 Boston.
What a great read Ray Bourque made there.
Ray Bourque has paced himself. He knows now it's defense. Neely scored from Wesley and Bourque at 1:59 on a power play.
That's his 12th goal. Leads the league with Luc Robitaille of the Los Angeles Kings, who is no longer with us in the series, beaten by the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in overtime in Edmonton the other night. Minnesota North Stars, of course, have advanced, beating the second place St. Louis Blues.
Power play continues. Schneider clears it in. Around. Don Sweeney can't hang on to it. Fights for it and clears it out. Don Sweeney and Galley are on the fence. 12:48 left. Third period. Winding up is Schneider. Played at Mount St. Charles. Hooked by Bob Sweeney. And the play broken up. Canadians get it now. McPhee looking for Savard in deep. Mold trying to clear it himself. Can't. At the net. Dislodged in a collision. Galley was near there. Andy Moog away from it. 13 seconds left on the power play, and the faceoff is in the Boston zone.
I don't know. He's pointing out at the blue line like Galley had nothing to do with this. He was knocked in there by a Canadian, but going to have it inside right here. Galley kind of put himself there. Made a mistake. Ran out of body. Was expecting some contact. Didn't get it.
Well, if Gregson wants a real interpretation, if you dislodge your own net, that's a penalty.
Yeah, I think
13 seconds left on the Canadian power play. Mike Milbury sending out Burridge and Poulin, and Bob Sweeney has done a tremendous job for the team coming back from that shoulder injury. Ken Hodge out with a shoulder injury.
Playing in pain. With a brace on his shoulder. Bobby Sweeney, excellent game thus far.
Desjardins.
Back to that rule about the dislodging of the net. Goaltenders are doing it more often and not calling it as often as they did when it was first instituted. Now it's kind of gotten away from it.
Burridge has to take the draw with Carbonell, and he's been quite a face-off man. Wins it for Galley. Galley around the board. Not out, but Burridge intercepts and clears it now on Daigneault.
Shades of Butch Goring and Randy Burridge as the centerman.
Bruin steal. Neely, a shot, a save, Roy. Janney stole, fed Neely, and Roy made the save.
I think the din in here is oppressive. The Canadians, the noise is forcing them to try things. The frustration is starting to mount. They've got to get something bouncing their way to start to feel good about themselves. Not that they haven't played an excellent hockey game, because they have. It's just not bounced in their direction. The Bruins are getting stronger every shift, it looks like. You start taking chances like this around somebody who steals pucks as well as Craig Janney, and then he makes the play on a sweep check. Not only pokes it, but Neely can't really get back to Janney, so he opts for the shot and rebound. Patrick Roy nicely smothers that.
Janney in on Schneider. Neely two. They get it to Galley, who's way in. Puts it behind the net for Janney. Janney holding. Off for Neely. Back for Janney. Holding. Lost it. And around the boards, chopped out by Keene. Gilchrist and Galley going for it. Now Keene with it, clearing it back in. Galley on defense with Don Sweeney. Gives it off for Don Sweeney. He's up left wing side, slides it in the Canadian zone. Had a change up by Mike Milbury. 2-0 Boston, 11:30 left, third period. In deep, Lazaro throwing his weight around, kicks it away. Janney in front, hitting the post is Wesley. We may remember that one. Wesley set up by Janney. Back comes Gilchrist. He is broken up by Wesley. Wesley clears it out. Hit the post.
Glenn Wesley, great play, bang. Hit it clean, too.
Lazaro has been everywhere. Applause for Lazaro. He was on for about 30 seconds and really made his presence felt. Bruins forecheck at center ice. Control it. Back for Bourque. Over to Wesley. Up to the Canadian line, and Desjardins starts it back. But Poulin is right on him. Dufresne and Desjardins. A long pass could be icing. That's the hand up. Icing called. It is Boston 2 and Montreal nothing. Third period at the Garden.
Glenn Wesley with a great opportunity just had. Like the bullet there, he sneaks in first of all to get in front of the net. Great hit there by Lazaro to make it happen. And he punches it. Now it comes to Janney, who finds nobody in front. Right off the post.
All started by Lazaro.
All started by Jeff, yeah.
You got to put him up there in the star category with 10:33 left.
Well, we said you got to force that Montreal defense when they're standing still behind that net. Don't let them set up. Anybody can make that play. You got time.
Dufresne rolls it deep. A race, Wesley and Skrudland. Ooh, heavy hitting. Bounces in front. Bourque trying to clear it, can't. And now Christian gets it. Breaks it out. Can't make the play in the zone. Back comes Corson. Squeako checking him. Into the corner goes Don Sweeney. Gets it around to Poulin. He has time. Gets it out smartly to Squeako over the line. A shot, a save, Roy. The rebound, Burridge, a shot, a save, Roy. Two drives, Squeako and Burridge. 9:49 left. Skrudland starts the play back in the Montreal defense. As the Bruins make very quick changes. Hoover is on now.
Nice stick.
Somebody reached up, not a penalty.
No.
The Bruins have 7 power plays. They scored in one. That goal by Neely to make it 2-0. Earlier, it was Dave Christian scoring. And for the Canadiens, they have had 6 power plays. 9:37 left, third period.
What a game Randy Burridge has played. And that man right there, Gary Galley. Mike Milbury's got the team going, got them playing pretty well. They're responding well to this lead. They're not sitting on it, which is good. Of course, then again, it's a lot easier to respond to a 2-goal lead than it is to respond to a 1-goal lead. The other night in Montreal, 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes left. Bruins started to pace it. Lost it.
Burridge out there with Bob Sweeney and Hoover. Hoover was checking Savard at the Boston zone. Galley clears it out quickly. Cote and Daniel snap back in, trapped by Moog for Don Sweeney. Gives the Bruins time to move it around, but not out. Now they get it out. Bob Sweeney rushing alone. Checked by Daniel. Starts the play back with the defense. Galley can't connect. Puck rides in deep. Roy forced to play it around the boards. Ryan Walter there. Stopped by Burridge, who's belted by LeBeau. In deep, Bob Sweeney gets away from Daniel. Keeps it in deep, though. Burridge back to get it. Hoover checking, trying to get it. And the Canadiens break it out. LeBeau, Savard. Looked a mile offside. It is 2-0 Boston, third period.
Crowd called that for him. Well, the battle of the best. We believe probably the 2 best in the league. arguably the two best in the league, Patrick Roy and Andy Moog. But now, Edge is going to Moog.
Wesley and Bork clear it. And Lazaro hustling in. Can't get to Desjardins. But Desjardins now checked by Janney. And the puck out to center ice. Wesley with it. Flips it back over the Canadian line. Desjardins back. Long shot in on Moog. Drops it for Bork. Up. Stop. Kept in by the Canadians, but Wesley intercepts. Gets it out to Neely, who has scored a goal. His pass intercepted by Courtnall. Courtnall clears it up. Bork trying to move it out. Janney gets it out. Neely checked by McPhee. And the Canadians start it. Schneider and Cote. Lazaro throwing his weight around. Janney checking it, but Schneider gets it free. Over the line for McPhee. His shot blocked by Neely. Neely does some checking on McPhee, reversing the roles. And the Bruins get control. Wesley smartly out, up to Janney. Janney with Neely, but they're changing. And Janney realizes that, clears it in. 7:30 left, third period, 2-0 Boston. Christian and Neely the goals. Neely a power play from 65 feet. A bullet. Corson back, clears it in. Moog off for Don Sweeney. Up for Skriko. Handles it beautifully off the boards. And Poulin works it in. Poulin taken down by Cote. Trying to tie it up. Does. Gets the face-off to the right of Roy. 7:07 left. Third period. Dave Poulin. Everybody working, and the Bruins getting on top of that defense.
Bruins playing very smart. Their skating legs are there. They're not giving Montreal anything. What they're allowing them to do is maybe handle the puck on the outside. They're not letting it work it into the middle. They're forcing them to carry it and zigzag, losing their forward speed through center ice. Nothing is coming straight forward. Everything's lateral. Montreal off balance on one foot, turning, sliding. Nobody getting any good wood on their shots. The Bruins just got to keep this up.
Skriko keeps it in. Into the corner. Takes the hit. Wants to make the very careful play, not drop it back. And Canadians, Daigneault forced to wind up with Christian on him. It's up for Desjardins. His pass checked. Now batted in by Corson. Behind the net. Don Sweeney able to get control. Off the dasher. Maybe icing.
Well, I don't like to see this.
It's not icing. Roy played it.
I don't know why.
And the Canadians trying to come back. Play not offside. They move it in front. Knocked away for Skrudland. Intercepted. Christian out for Skriko. And Mike Milbury making those quick changes. No more than a minute for the kick. Courage is on, forechecking. Breaking up the play, and Bob Sweeney rolls it in on Roy. Hoover trying to move in. Courage. Puck is knocked out to center ice. Gilchrist ridden off the puck. The Bruins control. Ray Bork with it. Puts it in. Under 6 minutes left. Third period. 2-0 Boston. Courage. In the belt, Cote. Bruins keep it in. This pass up. Blocked by Cote for Gilchrist. Gilchrist clears in. Around the boards, Bob Sweeney. Check. Bork. Digging. No whistle. Bob Sweeney comes out with it. Gets it for Hoover, who clears it softly. And again, Boston able to make the change. Gilchrist coming back. His pass stopped by Don Sweeney. Don Sweeney is broken up by Gilchrist, but it's covered by Neely. Feeds it deep, deeper than he wanted. Gets it back from Galley.
Don't get tricky at the blue line.
Desjardins from center ice wheels it back in. 5 minutes left, third period. 2-0 Boston. Christian and Neely the goals. Janney skates it free. A lead for Lazaro. He races. He pokes it to the corner. Takes the hit from Desjardins. Gives it to Neely. Neely moves it to the corner to Janney. Janney plays it back for Lazaro. Lazaro's pass blocked. Courtnall starts it out. Up for McPhee. 4 men coming. Play broken up and cleared. A marvelous defensive play by Don Sweeney. Puck is back in the Canadian zone. Cote chased by Neely. Squeako moving in. McPhee trying to move it out. On the board. Poulin digging for it. Bruins jam it up, looking for a face-off. The fans cheer every move. 4 minutes left. And nobody can get a handle to it.
Poulin's doing a magnificent job of protecting that puck. That's a penalty. No call.
And now the whistle, 3:53 left. Third period, Boston 2, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment. And the faceoff called outside the Montreal line. Canadians with 6 shots in this, the third period. The Bruins with 8. And one of them, that blistering drive 65-footer by Cam Neely to make it 2-0. Dave Christian.
Right here, tremendous covering of the puck and protecting it by watch Skrudin. There's just a cross-check frustration, punch, slap, knockdown. No call. Really excellent work along the boards. Just Brian Skrudin lost it there a second.
Skrudin has picked up 3 penalties.
Yeah, not very smart either.
Skrudin clears. Could be. No, won't be icing. Back for it. Bork. Lock. Gets it back again. Clears it around now. And Lazaro able to get it outside the line. On the board. Hoover.
Get it up.
Bruins flip it in. 3:20 left, third period. 2-0 Boston.
Okay, now Randy Burns get in. Somebody come in and force him now. Montreal makes good plays from here as a rule. Bobby steals it.
Sweeney to Barrett. And the shot went high as he had it from 20 feet when Sweeney broke up the defense. Canadians break it out. Richer with it. Richer over the line. Wesley went down. Richer back. Shot. Save. Move. Corson with it behind the net. Jams it in front. No goal. The puck is piled up at the crease. But the Canadians were really putting the heat on as Corson and Richer and Skrudin were really in there. 2:49 left. It is 2-0 Boston, third period at the Garden.
Harry Gregson, quick whistle here. Now behind the net, Canadians trying to stuff it. Moog keeps it out. Now Corson, they're saying they got it. They're saying they scored. Gregson had already blown it dead, pointed at the face-off circle. Patrick Roy is out of the net with 2:49 left to play in the game. I watched Pat Burns go over and talk to Jacques Laperriere, confer with his coaches. Said, why not? We need 2, we don't need 1. A tremendous gamble by Pat Burns.
Carbonneau is there with McPhee up on the picket line.
Well, Kevin,
looking for the draw.
Kevin Collins, we're going to have a little time to think about it. Gate open in the far end of the building. He wants the ice cleared. Canadians will get to confer a little bit. Now the fans are booing, but it's the fans that clown through this on the ice. Now there's going to be a delay.
As good as a timeout for Mike Milbury, I'd say. You know, where is the advantage? I would say defensively, the Bruins can talk it over.
What the Bruins can do defensively is take the odd chance. They can take a gamble. They don't have to fall off the blue line. They can stand around and look for passes, too. They can make some nice plays out of this.
Poulin on the draw. Courtnall gets it. The shot blocked in front, poked away. Bruins fight to move it out. Can't. Knocked back behind the net. Bork up on the right side, not out. Kept in by Savard. Shot, a save by Andy Moog. Behind the net, Canadian put it in front. Saved by Andy Moog. Pops in the air. Lazaro gets it and ices it. Of course, he was trying for the goal, but missed it. But a good play. Get rid of it there in that heavy pressure and go to another faceoff.
All he wanted to do was get it out. Cam Neely was on the bullet run, but he had, unfortunately, the foot race with Dennis Savard. Dennis has lost a step, perhaps. He's still as quick as most players that played this game. Montreal had a couple of flurries there. Boston panicked a little. took the golf play at the bouncing puck, the sweeping. Get it out, please. Anything, get it out, but a little more time. Sure you make the right play.
Carbonneau on the draw. Corson, McPhee, Savard up front.
Essentially, Fred, you're right. You got to win the face-off. You win the face-off. Ken Hodge is very good on face-offs. Mike Milbury used them pretty well exclusively for that purpose. Not here.
6 forwards on. Richer and Courtnall looking for the draw. So this face-off vital for Dave Poulin. Burridge is out there too now. Goes to Courtnall. Shot trickles wide. Blocked. McPhee kept it in. Bork jamming it on the board. McPhee gets it loose. They poke it in front. Back for Courtnall. Shot blocked. And Poulin breaks. Center ice. 3-on-2 for Neely. Missed the net. Could have wrapped it up. 2 minutes left. Puck to center ice to Ray Bork. Over to Wesley. Wesley a long shot. And the save by Richer playing goal there. Steal by Burridge. Couldn't quite put it in. 1:50 left. Nobody in the Canadian goal, and the Bruins now get it. A save as Poulin fired, and Corson was there to defend. Bruins fire it back in from center ice. 1:35 left. 2-0 Boston. Nobody in the net. Wesley, center ice. Flips it in this time. Doesn't go for the net. Neely moving on Richer. Richer intercepted. Bork fires wide. The Bruins have missed about 3 chances. Strico gets it. Holds it deep on a very savvy play. 1:15 left. A lead now for Skrudland. Skrudland moving it in. Saved by Andy Moog. The second shot goes wide in front. Loose. Jam. A pileup. Everybody there. The Canadians score. LeBeau said he scored with 1 minute left. Andy Moog is furious.
They're going to say, they're going to confer. Now, he does have the right. Ray Bork is hurt. He's down. He does have the right to say, yes, that goal was in the net prior to it being dislodged.
Or even if it was dislodged, he can call it a goal.
He can still call it a goal.
There is 1 minute left in the game. My view, raising the stick was LeBeau, but Ray Bork is down on the ice.
Ray Bork cross-checked in front of the net. See if we can get Corson picking it up. Right across the neck, a vicious cross-check by Shane Corson. That net was dislodged long before, and not by a Bruin. Well,
but Gregson can make the judgment.
Well, he missed a cross-check on Bork. Now, that could be a serious injury. Ray Bork is not getting up. Shane Corson, a cheap shot on Ray Bork. A vicious, watch the cross-check on Bork's neck. Right there.
And Bork is still down.
Watch Bork, right here. Right here, coming. Bang.
That took him out of the play. It looked like LeBeau for the score.
Well, stranger things have happened in this game. This cross-check, Gregson sees it there, but he was too busy, I think, watching the puck. There he is, keying on the puck. It's loose. Right here, the net is off the moorings.
LeBeau gets the goal. And Ray Bork is on the bench with 1 minute left. The Bruins squandered several chances.
I don't think they squandered them. I think Montreal made a tremendous second effort. Corson made one beautiful leg save. Richer another. Some great street hockey saves is what they were. By Montreal forwards, Pat Burns elected to put 6 forwards on the ice, and the very offensive-minded Stéphane LeBeau.
Roy stays halfway, and now goes out. Courtnall flips it up. Bruins can't break it out. Great save. Rebound in front, knocked wide, and Poulin gets it.
Take your time.
Poulin coming out, hard, over the red line, trying to get it on net, can't. Neely, a shot, goes wide, Skriko fires, tough angle, gets it again, battles in the Canadian zone, 34 seconds left, nobody in the net. Wesley misses the net from the left point. Neely fires one across, blocked. 23 seconds left. Thorson fires in. On Moog, save. In front. Bruin, clear it. Poulin can't move it out. Now Wesley down. 10 seconds left. 8 seconds left. Saved by Andy Moog. And the Bruins win it. The Bruins win the series.
Montreal came up with too little too late. Gary Galley, high stick, Corson at the end, took one across the head.
And they're out to salute Andy Moog, a tremendous game. The goals by Christian and by Neely.
So much for the 7th game myth that the press would like to perpetuate. Now I hope all the negative Boston Bruin histories are put to rest. Hockey club is no part of that.
Adams Division Championship, and tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock at the Boston Garden ticket office. That is, some tickets are available for the final against Pittsburgh Penguins, which begins Wednesday night. TV 38 will have the action for you. Game 2 Friday at the Garden will be on NESN. Game 3 Sunday at Pittsburgh on NESN. Game 4 Tuesday at Pittsburgh. Limited number of tickets for the first 2 home games. 1991 Wales Conference Championship Series. And the Bruins of Pittsburgh will go on sale tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. at the Garden box office. And through Ticketron, phone charge 617-720-3434 or 1-800-382-8080. 4-ticket limit per person. Tickets marked F1 are valid for Game 1 of the series on Wednesday, May 1st. Congratulations all around as the Bruins win the Adams Division 2-1. And we'll be back after this. Great team effort. My number 1 star would be Andy Moog, very solid in the nets, and the Bruins with goals by Christian and Neely in the victory.
It's a solid team effort. I think the Bruins played very well as a hockey club. I think Montreal played extremely well. Neither team to bow their heads. Something that the Canadians thought they deserved a better fate. The goaltending that the Bruins got was really the difference, and you're right, Fred. Moog does have to get first star.
Well, you suddenly look at all the shots there when they took out that goaltender, and they were up to 36 shots on Andy Moog. That was quite a flurry around there. Heavy action, but only the one by LeBeau got by him. He never had a chance on that.
Well, there's so many bodies out there that it was a problem. Moog picking it up. I watched his face, and he was trying to get between bodies to catch those bouncing pucks, the fluttering pucks in the air. Trying to cross-check leveled Bork, and that was what really took that extra Bruin out of that melee. And LeBeau stuck around behind the net. But once it gets thrown in here, everybody's just kind of going to the net, hoping something's going to happen. It's a golf, doesn't make it, and that's the end of it. Right there, a little stick at the end on Gary Galley, but.
Well, you look at players and you say, who came up big? Well, entire team effort for the Bruins. But I thought Lazaro playing is a real cold rookie coming in there, and he ran into that Canadian defense all night long.
Boy, when you get a favorite, you love him. Jeff Lazaro's got speed. He's got a lot to learn on left wing, but he's going to be exciting for years to come on in that position. And I think the Bruins have found themselves a gem. He did create a lot of havoc out there. And when you got somebody like Lazaro running around the building, one, you have to keep your head up, and two, you cannot do it casually. You're going to make mistakes, and he forced the Canadian defense, as did Burge, and a lot of the Bruins forwards, into making mistakes.
Well, that's right. I pick Lazaro as one of the unexpected heroes. Who do you pick?
My unexpected hero? I'd like to play with Gary Galley and Randy Burge myself. as filling holes. Gary Big Galley came back from the injury, played 2 inspirational games, and it really lifted that defense. And that's what they felt very good about themselves. And when you had Randy Burridge filling at center, that plugged another hole. And those are 2 big guys that came along for Mike Milbury. Putting Burridge at center, I think, had a lot to do with winning this series.
And the Bruins win the series in the 7th game. The final score 2-1. Here's Gene.
All right, Fred and Derek, thank you very much. Now the Boston Bruins advance to the Wales Conference Final. That gets underway on Wednesday night here at the Boston Garden, and we'll have it for you right here on TV 38. 7:30 is the game time. Game 2 here at the Garden against the Penguins, 7:30 as well. That game will be on NESN, as will the first road game in Pittsburgh for the Bruins on Sunday. That game at 7:30 as well. And then Game 4 back here on TV 38 at 7:30. Once again, the final score, the Boston Bruins winning in Game 7, 2-1 over the Montreal Canadiens. We'll have a conversation with a member of the Adams Division champions right after this timeout. The 2 gladiators, Boston Bruins, Andy Moog and Patrick Roy of the Montreal Canadiens, shaking hands after this series wraps up. Andy Moog, the better man this time out. He's our player of the game and player of the series. 35 saves tonight, so Andy Moog, for all you do, this bud's for you. It's also time for us once again to announce our latest winner in the TV 38 McDonald's Road to the Stanley Cup contest. Matthew Wong of North Quincy has a pair of tickets. He'll be going to Game 1 Wednesday night against the Pittsburgh Penguins here at the Boston Garden. Now, if you'd like to enter the TV 38 McDonald's Road to the Stanley Cup contest and get a chance to win a pair of tickets to a Stanley Cup playoff game and a shot at the grand prize of a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals, then jot your name and address down on a postcard and send it off to the TV 38 McDonald's Road to the Stanley Cup contest, P.O. Box 380, Boston, Mass. 02135. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Game 1 of the Wales Conference Championship. The Bruins against the Penguins. Wednesday night at 7:30 on WSBK TV 38.
Boston Bruins take Game 7 of the Adams Division Final. 2-1 the score over the Montreal Canadiens here at the Garden tonight. Dave Christian, Cam Neely, the Boston goal scorers. So the Bruins remove the final Montreal albatross from around their neck. Never before had they won a Game 7 against the Canadiens, but they do just that tonight. Again, the final score 2-1. Andy Moog, the star of this contest again, as he was throughout the entire series. Moog was spectacular tonight, making 35 saves, and he is the main reason that the Boston Bruins will move on to face the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Wales Conference Final. And that should be an interesting series in and of itself. The Pittsburgh Penguins will be without one of their best players, in fact, one of the best players in all of the National Hockey League. Paul Coffey will miss the series with a broken jaw. However, they still have Mario Lemieux, Kevin Stevens, Joe Mullen, Mark Recchi, among others, all very capable men of putting the puck into the net. Tom Barrasso also at this point has the leading goals against average of all the goaltenders in this postseason. So the Bruins will have their hands full, and they come to face the Pittsburgh Penguins right here on TV 38. Again, setting the schedule for you now of the Wales Conference Final. Game 1, usually seen on the New England Sports Network, will be seen right here on WSBK TV 38. That game starting at 7:30, and then Game 2 will be seen on NESN on Friday night. Here again is a look at the schedule of the Boston Bruins and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Game 1, Wednesday night here on TV 38. Then Game 2, Friday at the Garden, will be on NESN. Game 3 is the series will shift to Pittsburgh on NESN. Game 4, Tuesday, May 7th, right here on TV 38. We're pleased now to be joined by the Boston Bruins winger Jeff Lazaro, a man who had an outstanding game tonight. First of all, Jeff, congratulations, and I'm sure this has got to be a continuance of what has been an improbable season for you.
It was a great season, and today just capped it off. We still got a couple more series to go for the Cup, but you know, today was kind of special. It was a tradition game with Montreal, and you couldn't ask for a better atmosphere.
What was the turning point in this game? Was it Christian's goal in the beginning of the game, or in the second period, rather, when you guys felt, okay, we got the first one, now we can breathe a little easier?
I think it was Cam's goal. It was a blast from the past, and it just got the whole bench going and said, hey, we got 2 goals, let's go for more. And we almost had a couple right at the end, but, you know, Andy stood on his head once again with 3 seconds left.
You have been the guy who's really come forward for this team. You provided a lot of the speed, in fact, the speediest guy on the team. What do you see as your role? You've obviously defined it. It's been defined for you, and you're doing it awfully well.
Just get in there, disturb people, get under people's skin, and get the odd goal. Try and shoot a lot with playing on Cam and CJ's line. It's tough. You want to get them the puck as much as possible, and you forget to shoot. So I'm going to have to shoot a little bit more and just do my role in forecheck.
Finally, Jeff, looking at the Pittsburgh Penguins, they'll be in here on Wednesday night for Game 1 of the Wales Conference Final. High-scoring team, but they'll be without Paul Coffey. What are your thoughts on that series?
It's going to be a great series. They're a great team. They got a lot of scorers, and we're going to have to check them and use our speed just as well as theirs.
All right, Jeff Lazaro, great game tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, once again, the final score from the Boston Garden tonight. Boston Bruins were victorious in game number 7 against the Montreal Canadiens, 2-1, the final score. For Fred Cusick, Derek Sanderson, John Pearson, and all of us here at TV 38, I'm Gene Levanchi. Thanks for joining us, and have a good night, everybody. Boston Bruins hockey on TV 38 has been brought to you in part by your local participating McDonald's restaurant for good food and good value. Your participating New England Dodge dealers. Come see what we're made of. By the 9X Yellow Pages. If it's out there, it's in here. By Budweiser. Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By New England Telephone. We're the one for you, New England. New England Telephone. And by Baybank. Introducing the card with new Express Check. Now you can shop by check without writing a check. Join us again Wednesday night at 7:30 for Game 1 of the Wales Conference Final, the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Boston Bruins. Stay tuned for Hockey Week. This has been a TV 38 sports presentation.